where the president is expected to raise concerns about the use of Tylenol by pregnant women, linking it to autism.
I think it's a very big factor.
But CBS medical contributor Dr. Celine Gounder disputed that claim, citing a recent study from Sweden.
They found no increase in risk in autism or other intellectual disabilities.
And she says the big question now,
will women end up taking other medications like aspirin or ibuprofen during pregnancy?
Which she says can be dangerous.
The Washington Post reports the administration will also tout a drug as a possible treatment for autism. President Trump's indicated that billionaires like Rupert Murdoch and Michael Dell could be part of a deal in which the U.S. takes control of TikTok. CBS's Willie James Inman is at the White House.
One of the major things that the president will do in terms of moving this deal forward is sign an executive order later this week saying that this deal meets the terms of the U.S. national security review.
Officials report aftershocks in the San Francisco Bay Area after a magnitude 4.3 earthquake before dawn. Some minor damage reported, no word of any injuries. There are damage reports in the Dallas-Fort Worth area after a storm packing golf ball-sized hail and 65-mile-an-hour winds rolled through. Reporter Aaron Jones of CBS News, Texas.
Denton County Emergency Management tells us multiple RVs were damaged in the winds. One person was actually taken to the hospital, Denton Presbyterian Hospital, in critical condition. We spoke to a resident who described what she saw.
I could see RVs, and then next thing I know, I saw the sky, and then it slammed the RV down, pushed it over about a foot. The whole RV.
Overseas, an analysis of heat deaths in Europe.
Researchers at the Barcelona Institute for Global Health say more than 60,000 Europeans died from heat during last year's record-breaking summer, bringing the total over 3 summers to more than 180,000. Global warming's hitting the continent hard, with Europe heating up twice as fast as the global average. And a separate study found global warming was behind 2 in every 3 heat deaths in Europe during this past scorching summer. Vicky Barker, CBS News, London.
In New York City, there will be no casino in Manhattan. Today, a community board rejected a proposed Mohegan Sun resort near United Nations headquarters. Wall Street, right now the Dow is up 20 points. The S&P is up 9. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
What was found with the body believed to be accused killer Travis Decker? But first, KIRO Newsradio traffic. In Bellevue, a crash is blocking a lane on I-405 southbound at 112th Avenue Southeast. In Renton, a crash blocking a lane on southbound I-405 at 44th Street. Bellevue to Renton is running a few minutes slow. Your drive from Renton to Bellevue, 45 minutes. That's 10 longer than usual. Construction has you slogging along eastbound I-90 across the bridge. Travel time, Severn to Seattle, 54 minutes, 13 longer than usual. Federal Way to Seattle, 43. Traffic brought to you by the KIRO Radio Rundown. Text newsletter to 888-973-5476 and subscribe to the daily KIRO News Radio Rundown.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. One man is dead and another in critical condition after a shooting along South Warner Street in Tacoma in broad daylight. A witness tells KIRO 7 TV this involved at least one vehicle yesterday.
I heard voices in the car, voices going, go, 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 go. And they almost ran that stop sign. They stopped for a second and just went off crazy.
Now, this is just blocks away from where a 12-year-old boy was found dead Friday, but police say the incidents are not connected. We're learning more about what investigators found with a body near Leavenworth that they believe is Travis Decker, the man accused of murdering his daughters in the area in June. Chelan County Sheriff Mike Morrison.
So I am confirming the shirt that we saw on scene is a match for what Travis was last seen wearing, in addition to shorts, which were U.S. Rangers shorts. They were also a match, and also personal items to include chewing tobacco that was consistent with what he had chewed, a bracelet, which is consistent with what we'd seen in photos of him wearing.
They're still waiting for DNA test results. Chelan County has raised evacuation levels for 2 wildfires burning in central Washington. People near Highway 97 and Blewett Pass are at level 3 get out now evacuations, and the pass is closed because of the Labor Mountain fire. People near the Entiat Valley are also at level 3 due to the Sugarloaf fire burning about 25 miles northeast of Leavenworth. In sports, Seattle cleaned up over the weekend. Let's start with the Mariners, who won all 3 games against the Astros. Highlights including this.
J.P. Crawford with his second grand slam of the season.
The Mariners need to win 3 of their next 6 games to win the division. They face the Rockies at home tomorrow. Seahawks football, it wasn't even close.
Touchdown! Seahawks!
Torrey Horton with a 95-yard punt return, the longest in Seahawks history, as the Hawks routed the New Orleans Saints 44-13. At the Apple Cup, not even heaven could help the foes of Washington. The Wazoo Cougars falling to the Huskies 59-24 in the annual rivalry game. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Increasing sunshine with highs in the low 70s. It's 56 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Oh, I wish we could do this show 7 days a week, because you know what? I missed y'all. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Let's see what date it is. Happy Monday, September 22nd. We missed Ursula's favorite day yesterday, which was Earth, Wind, and Fire Day, the 21st of September.
I actually had a listener also bring up that there was a special, Earth, Wind, and Fire special going on. Linda and Lacey texted me.
Really?
And told me, yes, that she was reminded of me.
Come on now.
Yeah, I know.
See, a lot of people, I wonder why people always equate and think about Ursula when it comes to Earth, Wind, and Fire. You know what I mean?
I wonder, because I never brought it up,
listen,
that one song.
Today is why is it a good day today? Because 3 is the magic number. Good morning, Ursula.
Good morning. As always, we invite you to join us on our text line, 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. Coming up at 9:30, Americans value college less than ever, but that college diploma still puts more money in the bank. So we're going to talk about that.
Is it the diploma or is it something else that puts more money in the bank?
Well, that's a good question. The other thing we're going to talk about is what are the highest paying jobs in Seattle that don't require a degree?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good morning to you, Chef. How you doing, brother? You good?
Awesome, man.
Nick, how you feeling, baby?
Oh, it was a great weekend, yeah. The Rainiers are going to the playoffs as well, so they start Tuesday.
Oh, come on now. And are you playing music?
Oh, yeah. I was running the ones and twos.
All right, Ursula, let's get to what you do best. Your top stories of the day brought to you by Bath Fitter Northwest.
Anytime I can start a Monday with some great news, I love to take that opportunity. The Mariners are one giant step closer to their first AL West crown in nearly a quarter century. And J.P. Crawford lit the fuse yesterday on Sunday night. The shortstop, who once arrived in Seattle branded as an underachiever, crushed a grand slam in the second inning against the Astros. And that blast kicked off a 7-run inning. And then Cal Raleigh followed with another big hit.
And that's how you win 13-14. Raleigh, right field. He's got 58. And the Mariners' main man delivers 2 more in a remarkable season.
Seattle did go on to win 7-3 and swept the series in Houston. Their magic number to clinch the West is down to 3, meaning they could lock it up as early as Wednesday at T-Mobile Park. The M's have now won 14 of their last 15. Again, they lead the AL West by 3 games. I mean, it's just kind of unbelievable. Meanwhile, those mighty Astros, winners of 7 of the last 8 division titles, are suddenly on the outside looking in, desperate for a wild card spot. We know how that feels.
Yeah. Hey, it was a great weekend altogether. But I know you're going to be talking about them Seahawks next. So let's just talk about these Mariners. First, I just want to give a shout out to the Knicks of the world, to all of you Mariner fans that have been watching in the entire time. Now, look, don't let me and Ursula fool you. We get on here and we talk about when times are good. Sometimes we talk about when things are bad. But we never talk about the in-between. And Nick and others of you have been on the bandwagon this entire time, so good for you. Now, as far as the city of Seattle, Ursula, this is beautiful. This is fantastic. They have the possibility to do something that they haven't done in 24 years. How old was your kids 24 years ago, Ursula?
Well, my youngest was 1.
Come on now. That's the last time the Mariners
So 1 and 5.
won the division.
Yes.
That's how good this is.
It's crazy. You don't want to jinx anything, but if you're hoping to be inside T-Mobile Park this October, the season ticket members get the first shot. Exclusive pre-sale for Wild Card and Division Series single game tickets, I'm told, are already underway. If you're not a season ticket holder, you can still get pre-sale access by signing up for Mariners Mail or the team's text alerts at 24247, but you have to register before the pre-sale deadlines. For everyone else, the public on sale for any remaining wild cards, and the other tickets start Thursday, September 25th.
Well, and let me just say one more thing. And, of course, I got to be a Debbie Downer on one topic.
Oh, no.
I do, because it bothers me. You played it. My man, Cal Raleigh, has 58 home runs. Not 28, not 30, 58. Let me tell you what makes me so mad. You go all day, y'all look at the TVs, the cables, the YouTubes, and all that. When's the last time y'all seen Cal Raleigh on a national commercial? This is ridiculous. This dude, Cal Raleigh, has 58 home runs. He's breaking records out there. Just broke the Mariners franchise record for home runs. And you mean to tell me he can't get a Subway commercial? He can't get a McDonald's commercial? He can't get a Firestone commercial? He can't get a damn national commercial?
As I was watching him, though, and doing the interviews post-game, he is so chill. And even when they try to make it about him, he always talks about the team versus him. And I'm curious if you think, okay, I say don't mess with it. I think whatever he's doing is working for him. It's almost like every time he comes up to bat, you're just it's like, oh, yeah, another one. But put it into perspective for me, because I know that he's breaking all kinds of records.
Oh, by the way, he's also a returning Platinum Glove winner, right? No Mariner has won a Platinum Glove award before. He did that last season. He's on track to do that again this season. And you're talking about a team that's red hot, that has won 14 of 15, on the verge of winning the division, something they haven't done in 24 years, and he can't get a dang on national commercial?
Okay, I think that's going to change.
I'm sick and tired of it.
Yeah, I think that's going to change, but maybe right now he doesn't need any kind of distractions. Well, while the Mariners were busy sweeping the Astros, the Seahawks delivered a statement of their own. So, of course, at Lumen Field yesterday, you were there.
Woo.
Mike McDonald's team steamrolled the New Orleans Saints 44-13. Seattle's most dominant performance in years, would you say? Coming in all three phases. Quarterback Sam Darnold, sharp, spreading the ball around, keeping the offense moving. Rookie return man Torrey Horton lighting up the crowd with a 95-yard punt return touchdown, the longest in Seahawks history. I didn't know that he was a fifth-round pick. He also had a second touchdown.
Horton on the return at the 20, right up the middle to the 30. Now Horton to the outside. Torrey Horton down the sideline. And it's a touchdown. 95 yards. Seattle inside the red zone. Darnold back to the air, throwing end zone for Horton. Touchdown.
And Kenneth Walker punching in a pair of scores on the ground, sealing their route before halftime. Seahawks have now opened with 2 wins, Gee. I guess that's huge.
It was beautiful.
I mean, there used to be a given, but
it was beautiful. I mean, the Seahawks did exactly what they were supposed to do. I was a little nervous. I kept thinking about, and some of you all probably kept thinking about, the Giants game last season when the Giants came to town and the Seahawks didn't win that. It has been stated publicly many times by me that before this, Ursula, the last 8 home regular season games, the Seahawks were only 1-7. They had lost 7 of their last 10 at the crib. And so they have a Saints team that come in town. It was absolutely beautiful. It felt like when the Saints walked into Lumen Field, Ursula, when they walked in, the Seahawks stared them in the eyes, in the face, and said, my office hours are from 9 to 5. Some of y'all get that, some of you don't, but that was a good one. The only problem that I have, I got a but to everything today.
Yeah, you do.
I'm sorry, but I really gotta get this out there. I don't like the way all the butts weren't in seats to start the game.
What?
There wasn't a lot of people there in the beginning. Well, it wasn't as packed as it should be. And I think what it is because it was the Saints. The game before with the Niners in town, it was packed. So I am, in a nice way saying we need that sense of urgency early. Luckily, the Seahawks scored 21 points in the first quarter, something they haven't done since 2006.
And I was running a bunch of errands, I'll be honest, in that first quarter. And then I tune the game on KIRO Radio, and I'm like, wait, what? 21-0?
Yeah, it was.
I missed a lot of action.
Mm-hmm. I messed up, though. I didn't know Big Dumper, Cal Riley, had T-Mobile commercials. I didn't know that, so I stand corrected. I ain't seen him.
Uh-oh.
But he got T-Mobile. But anyways,
okay, good.
Shout out to the Seahawks.
He deserves more, but I think that's coming. I think he's just so understated. And he's very team-oriented, which is, I think, a beautiful thing.
And then your Huskies, you and Long Live Mark, y'all happy? The Huskies won the Apple Cup?
So I was there. Yeah, they're happy. They were worried. The Cougs held on for quite a long time. Then it became a blowout.
Right.
But the Cougs are looking pretty good. Mm-hmm. And you know that I always have a soft spot for the underdog.
I always do. So we got a lot of people on social media going at you right now.
This is correct. Okay, President Trump has now shaken up the tech world with a proclamation imposing a $100,000 annual fee for H-1B visas. That is the program that companies like Microsoft and Amazon rely on to bring in skilled foreign workers. The administration says the move is about protecting American jobs, pointing to industry layoffs while the visa approvals continue. But that order, and I saw it all over social media on Friday, that triggered immediate confusion and even panic. At first, many were worried that it applied to all H-1B holders, even those already here in the U.S. or just traveling abroad. And Microsoft, Amazon, Alphabet, companies were scrambling Friday night. They were sending urgent messages to their employees overseas to get back to the U.S. before the order took effect. Immigration attorneys were also giving that same advice. One Seattle attorney was saying that hospitals and universities, even nonprofits, would be hit hard if their H-1B workers wouldn't return. But then, by Saturday afternoon, the White House clarified that $100,000 fee applies only to new visas, not to those already approved. Mm-hmm. But still, as you can imagine, there's still a lot of uncertainty, especially for workers looking to transfer jobs or for smaller companies who don't have the big pile of cash like some of the tech giants do to support that. So I guess my question for all of you listening right now and for you, G, is, I mean, what is your take on this? Does the $100,000 per visa protect American jobs, or does it ship those jobs overseas?
Oh, I see. I like how you did that. This isn't, Ursula, this isn't just a price increase. This right here, remember this is a structural shift. And what I mean by that is number one, this is only going to widen the talent gap that's out there. There's already a gap when it comes to talent, hence the reason why they reach overseas to fill these things. So all this is going to do is increase that on the talent gap. That's one. Two, like you just said, I'm glad you brought that up. What are companies going to do? What do you do when times get rough and you're in a situation, you yourself, everyone in life, you adapt. You make this call. You audible at the line of scrimmage. You do different things differently. What's going to happen when we start seeing tech companies say, oh, that's what y'all want to do? You want to put $100,000 on a new application? Okay, cool. How about we just go offshore and we hire from other countries? We're going to start to see more of this. So I'm nervous. And if you're in the Washington area, here in this area, and you're hearing this and you're saying to yourself, well, I'm not in tech, this doesn't bother me. Please pay attention. We all want tech to do very well in Washington. If tech doesn't do well, understand where a lot of our economy is boosted from. The tech world, the tech bros. Hey, tech bros. Tech bros, they do a lot, Ursula.
Well, specifically, our state had 9,000 H-1B approvals just this past year, more than half of them at Microsoft. Amazon nationwide had over 10,000. So the economists are saying big corporations could just shift more jobs overseas, for example, moving those jobs to India or Ireland or anywhere else with a strong tech force. So the idea, I have no issue with the idea of putting Americans at the front of the line, but if the pipeline of STEM graduates in the U.S. is not big enough to meet demand in fields like AI, biotech, et cetera, forcing companies to hire only domestically, you might be forcing them to move those jobs elsewhere, or you also risk falling behind globally.
Right.
One of the things is, as you mentioned, it's like bridging that gap. So there is a trade-off.
Yeah, I'm just, again, we say these things all the time about not putting the toothpaste back in the tube. This is one of those examples. This isn't just cost. This could be a structural shift going forward. And I know a lot of times, I know you guys saw an inauguration, right? You saw who was standing behind Donald Trump during that time. So you would think
all the high-tech bros.
All the tech bros, right?
Yes.
You would think, hey, we're good. That's my buddy, Donald Trump. We're good. Here's what I keep trying to tell y'all. Donald Trump don't care about you or nobody else. He just cares about making money.
There's one sector of H-1Bs that cannot be offshored. Roughly 1 in 4 medical residents in the United States are either here on a H-1B or J-1 visa. America is hurting for doctors.
Oh my gosh.
Older docs are retiring at record rates. And if we take that pool of talent out, you know how hard it is to get an appointment now?
Yes, I actually do. I need a sleep study. I'm 9 months out just to get my initial appointment. I just found out when I went to my OBGYN last week. She's retiring. She's retiring early. She said, I'm burned out. And she mentioned a lot of these things that you just said. That's a very real thing. Mm-hmm. The other thing that's happening is my son went to school in California with a lot of some of his friends have these H-1B visas. They're freaked out. They're like, I'm not leaving the country right now. I'm too scared to leave the country, visit my home, because I'm worried, even though, now the administration is saying, this is just for new H-1B holders. And I understand. I want to say, I understand if the fear is we're taking away American jobs. I understand. No, I'm just saying I understand that. I understand that argument.
It literally has been the fear forever.
I know.
There's always been a fear of taking your job.
I know.
These people are going to take your job. These people are going to take your job. When are we going to stop just letting that fear get to us?
Well, but that's just it. If you look at the numbers and they don't compute and there aren't enough people in this country to be able to fill those jobs, then insisting on having Americans first in line or only having it filled by Americans is going to hurt us all.
Ursula, the people that tell you that, those folks gonna come and replace us don't care about facts. They don't want facts to get in the way of a good story. Right? There's a lot of people we deal with this every single day.
I'm hoping with some calm facts presented might, just make people think. That's where we're at.
Wait a few hours around here, you get some different alternate facts. By the way, Ursula, I just want you to know your boy's in a good mood today. Feeling good. Yeah. Coming up at 9:47. Ursula, you ever used to eat Hamburger Helper?
Yes. I used to eat a lot more when I was on a college budget.
I love Hamburger Helper. Hey, we're going to be talking about struggle bus meals coming up at 9:47 because there's a reason right now Hamburger Helper is on the rise here in the United States. But coming up next, I promise and hope that Ursula and I don't fight and argue on this next topic, because right now Americans value college less than ever. Gee and Ursula.
On this day after a Seahawks win,
The clouds have parted.
let us give thanks to the Saints.
Holy catfish!
Saint JSN.
JSN makes the catch, makes a man miss.
Saint Torrey.
He may go 40, 30, 20. Man, I was out there running for a mile.
Make it 2 straight wins for the Seahawks.
It was a big win for us.
Now they go for 3 straight against the Cardinals on Thursday Night Football.
The 12s hear the Hawks right here on KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
One of the greatest bands in rock history, The Who, present The Song Is Over, the North American Farewell Tour. See Pete Townsend and Roger Daltrey, The Who, live in Seattle, performing this Thursday at Climate Pledge Arena. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. The Who, for the very last time. The song is over. For more, visit thewho.com.
Open enrollment for Medicare happens every year, but for a lot of people, it's still confusing. Hi, this is Herb Weisbaum, the Consumer Man. Don't worry, help is on the way with a Medicare Jumpstart Toolkit brought to you by the Insurance Commissioner's Sheba program. Find out what's changing and learn about your options for Medicare with 7 easy steps to get ready for open enrollment. Order your free copy of the Medicare Jumpstart Toolkit at insurance.wa.gov or pick up a copy at your local library or senior center.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So, then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Is your car road trip ready? Don't get stranded. Get to Bucky's Complete Auto Repair. Bucky's has been preparing cars, trucks, and SUVs for safe, worry-free travel for over 50 years. We take care of your car with experience and good old-fashioned customer service. For all your oil changes, brakes, AC charging, and factory maintenance, choose Bucky's. No appointment needed, and yes, friendly financing is available. Visit Bucky's.com. Bucky's, where your car feels right at home.
If you use carpool or toll lanes along SR 167, some things are about to change, and some things aren't. If you ride without a Good to Go account, you'll receive a bill in the mail. That is a change. Having Good to Go means it'll cost less than pay by mail. Not a change. Carpoolers will need a Flex Pass set to HOV mode to ride free. That's a change. A Good to Go pass saves you $2 on every toll. No change. Learn more at goodtogo167.com. Free Flex Passes while supplies last.
Tired of uneven home heating and high energy bills? The Quilt Ductless Heat Pump from Home Comfort Alliance gives you room-by-room control and serious savings. Visit HomeComfortAlliance.com.
Health insurance is broken,
but it doesn't have to be. That's why Scan Health Plan was founded as a nonprofit, so we can create Medicare Advantage plans that focus on the real needs of seniors. We've been people first since 1977, and we're here to make Medicare work hard for you, because you deserve more than a broken system. You deserve a plan that fights for you. Visit scandifference.org to learn more. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit muckleshootcasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. We now know the identities of the 4 JBLM soldiers who died when their Black Hawk helicopter crashed near Olympia last week. 2 were from Western Washington. Jacqueline Hill is a spokesperson for Army Special Ops.
They were elite warriors who embodied the highest values of the Army and the Army Special Operations, and their sacrifice will never be forgotten.
25-year-old Sergeant Donovan Scott was from Tacoma. 23-year-old Jadalyn Good was from Mount Vernon. Also in the crash, 35-year-old Warrant Officer Andrew Coley of Missouri and 39-year-old Warrant Officer Andrew Krause of Florida. The UN Security Council is holding a meeting today to discuss Russian fighter jets illegally entering Estonian airspace. Poland already shot down Russian drones in its airspace 2 weeks ago. There is concern Russia's expanding its war in Ukraine. This week, France is set to join a growing list of countries recognizing a Palestinian state.
Recognizing a Palestinian state today is the only way to provide a political solution to a situation which has to stop.
The move's meant to pressure Israel into ending its war in Gaza. Israel says recognizing Palestine rewards Hamas terrorists. Here in the U.S., the FBI and Justice Department confirmed they are shutting down an investigation into President Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, on potential bribery charges. The Trump administration says the initial probe was politically motivated. President Trump says he has a big announcement today about autism. The Washington Post reports he's going to link Tylenol, acetaminophen, to an increased risk of autism. CBS News medical contributor and doctor Celine Gounder says the science just doesn't back that up.
The best recent study looked at 2.5 million kids from Sweden. They used sibling comparisons to factor out genetic factors and other factors, and they found no increase in risk in autism, ADHD, or other intellectual disabilities.
Earlier studies have found no link between autism and childhood vaccines. We're learning more about the Trump administration's plan to save TikTok. It's used by millions of Americans, but there are concerns its Chinese ownership puts national security at risk. CBS's Stacey Lynn.
Oracle will serve as a security provider, controlling everything from how the app is on your phone, how it's updated, how the algorithm works, and how the data is stored.
The president is expected to sign an executive order later this week. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 27 points, NASDAQ ahead 128. KIRO News Radio traffic in Bellevue. The crash has been cleared from I-405 southbound at 112th Avenue Southeast. In Renton, a crash still blocking a lane on southbound I-405 at 44th Street. Travel time, Bellevue to Renton, about 20 minutes. Your drive from Renton to Bellevue, 39, both running several minutes longer than usual there. Construction has you slow eastbound on the I-90 bridge. Traffic brought to you by Washington 811. If you're digging in your yard, you are legally required to call 811 to avoid damaging utility lines. Call or go to digsafewad.com. This weather update brought to you by Steed Roofing and Exteriors. Increasing sunshine today with highs in the low 70s. It's 56 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show. Happy Monday to all of you. Text us at 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. Also, welcome to all of you watching us on YouTube. And Gee, you and I always get into spirited debates when it comes to talking about the value of a college education. So here we go. A new Gallup poll finds only about 1 in 3 Americans now believe college is very important. And that is down sharply from 3/4 of adults just 15 years ago. So the question is, again, is a degree still worth it? According to the Census Bureau, the answer is yes, at least when you look at dollars and cents. Specifically, in 2024, full-time workers with a bachelor's degree or higher earned a median of just over $91,000, and those with only a high school diploma about $50,000. And so households headed by someone who had a degree brought in more than double the income of those without. But still, a lot of people are questioning the value of that diploma, and that skepticism has spread across every age group. What do you think some of the reasons are?
For being skeptical?
Yeah.
Because of the continuation of the moving goalposts that has been going on for some time, right? There used to be a time that, if you go back in history, there weren't requirements for a job for college education in the 50s or the 60s or the 70s. And then what happened is when the steel mills across the country, the factories in Chicago and Pittsburgh and all those places, when those factories started to close down, then when you start getting into the 80s and into the 90s, two things started to be a big deal. In the 80s, your credit score was a big deal. In order for you to apply for this job, you must have a 4-year bachelor degree. How many times did we see that, right? And still today, Ursula, we still put, by the way, what does your race have to do with the application? You need to know if you're black or if you're white, or if you're this. Why does it matter? That's a whole nother topic. Now, let's stay on this whole thing about college education. So then you had a lot of people in the 80s and 90s that would say, especially in the black families, in order for you to have a chance, you must go to college because they will not hire you, right? So you had a lot of people who's like, okay, I'm going to go to college. I went to college. My sister went to college. A lot of family members went to college. Some of us got our college paid for because of a scholarships or something like that. Some of us got a student loan. Then all of us, we realized, people like my sister, who's mid-50s, still to this day, still has student loan debt. So the predatory interest rates on student loans has been ridiculous. Oh, and by the way, when you go to college, some people have access to those internships and some people don't. Some people are able to go do this internship, still have money hanging out with mom and dad. Some folks have to go to work and they can't afford to do internships for free.
Yeah, exactly. When they are unpaid internships,
so, as for showing you where the money goes, I believe that, yes, it is still tied to the college education. However, if you look at hiring practices that I see firsthand myself, it's still who you know or who you hire.
So what this census, I think you nailed it, first of all, but I think what the census is saying is, yes, rising tuition is one of the biggest reasons why people are skeptical about the value when they start doing the math. The appeal of trade schools, online learning, and even worries about AI, artificial intelligence, totally changing the job market. How often have we talked about that in the last year? I will just share a personal story. My oldest son is debating. I've shared that he has a very good job that pays well, and right now he is contemplating, he's like, do I jump off now and go to, his dream has always been to get an MBA. And, he's got to, is that worth it when he's already got a high paying job?
What do you think?
Given all the factors that are playing into it, I think he should go for it. I think he's going to regret not doing it. Right. And I think that there are other factors that I've shared off the air that I think it would make sense for him. But I don't think it would make sense for everybody.
You're right. Remember when we started the show, and this is a popular topic that you and I have.
Yeah.
Right?
Because for the record, I'm very much in favor of getting a college education.
No doubt. And I disagree with that in the beginning. I'm so dug in on this side today in 2025 that how I felt before, I was mild, Ursula. Like, you want to go to trade school? Great. Go do your thing. How about you go to school to learn a code? Should you do that? No. It's absolutely obsolete. So I am telling you that I'm going to say this, and I hope I don't offend anyone. Unless you are going to school to be a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, unless you're going to do those things, college is a waste of your damn time.
I still strongly disagree with you.
Okay.
I still strongly disagree with you.
Even though you're seeing what's on the horizons. If you're looking at the on the horizons and you're telling me that someone 18 years old, you're telling them, hey, go enjoy yourself, go to school, and then when you're done at 22, 23 years old, hopefully you don't have student loan debt. Which, by the way, not many people can just go to college and not assume some type of debt.
This is true.
You're going to look somebody
that needs to change,
and they're going to go get this debt. They got $100,000+ hanging over their head that can't go away. Nobody wants help with that, and so now you're saying, okay, 22, 23-year-old, go into the world and go get you a job. Doing what?
Yeah, well, because I don't think I think college education is one of the things that helps you get that future employment, but I also still believe in the value of education. And my advice, if I were advising my children now, would be still get the college education, go for those internships to get the practical experience.
Yeah.
And I know that's not available to everybody. Go find a paid internship. And also be ready to pivot, be flexible, be agile, understand what the trends are. Look at what are your opportunities with AI.
Here's where I rank a college education. Watch this. Number 1, who you know. Number 2, experience. Number 3, trade school. Number 4, college education. Because I tell you right now, I know a lot of dumb people with 4-year degrees.
Sure.
and
I'm not going to say the reverse too. I know we just know a lot of people.
No, but
there are a lot of dumb people.
Okay.
There are a lot of smart people, and it doesn't. College education doesn't necessarily dictate whether you're a smart person or you're a dumb person. I understand.
In our industry, right here. Would you say the vast majority of people get hired directly on that college education or get hired on experience and or who you know?
The latter.
I love that you're honest when we had these conversations. Mm-hmm. All right, Ursula. Hamburger helper. It's time to have it because a lot of Americans are having it. We'll tell you exactly why. Gee Ursula.
On this day after a Seahawks win,
the clouds have parted.
Let us give thanks to the Saints.
Holy catfish!
Saint JSN.
JSN makes the catch, makes a man miss.
Saint Torrey.
Oh. He may go 40, 30, 20.
And I was out there running for a mile.
Make it 2 straight wins for the Seahawks.
It was a big win for us.
Now they go for 3 straight against the Cardinals on Thursday Night Football.
The 12s hear the Hawks right here on KIRO Newsradio on 97.3 FM.
One thing I love about Carter Subaru is that you can really feel their roots in this community. As you know, I drive a 2016 Outback, which I bought there, and I still remember how impressed I was by their service. That kind of care is truly rare, but it is Carter Subaru's standard. You're going to notice it on the road as well. Those Carter Subaru license plates are everywhere across Western Washington. It's something that my niece, who was visiting from Germany, pointed out to me. And I told her that's because people trust Carter Subaru and they keep coming back like we did. Carter Subaru also gives you something no one else can, which is the biggest Subaru selection in Washington. More than 800 vehicles ready to fit your lifestyle, whether it's for your commute, whether you love to go camping, or you need to haul the kids' gear all across town. And right now, the savings are huge. 0% financing on the 2025 Subaru Outback or 2.9% financing on the 2025 Crosstrek for 48 months. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard or anytime at cartersubaru.com.
On approved credit, documentary service fee may be added to the sale or capitalized cost. Carter Subaru is buying down the rate for the 2025 Outback. Max amount finance is $20,000. See dealer for details. Valid through 9/30/25.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your boat, boat wins.
What are you going to do? Take the boat out for a spin or go mail something?
Boat wins!
Are we cleaning the patio or taking the boat out fishing?
Boat wins!
Are we skipping that eye exam to go sailing?
Boat wins!
Rescheduling eye exams can be a nightmare.
All right, fine. Eye exam, then boat.
Yeah!
With Progressive, you can bundle your boat with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings on your boat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states and situations.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-275-1728. That's 800-275-1728.
Welcome to Quilting Mayhem. We are in Snohomish, Washington. We sell fabric, notions, we have classes, retreats, and we sell sewing machines and have sewing machine service. I am second generation of Association Washington business. They help me out in all the needs that I have to make sure that I'm taking care of my employees, staying up to date with all the state rules, and they advocate for me in what I need. One of the best benefits of being an AWB member is that it is giving me the opportunity to use Health Choice for myself, my employees, and my business. Everybody really should have health care. My employees are they're a family. We've created a community. We all care about each other. And I just needed to be there for them and their family so that they were taken care of because they take care of me every day in my business.
If you're looking for a great health plan for your employees, visit ProPointServices.com. Health Choice Trust is offered through the Association of Washington Business and powered by Primera Blue Cross.
Are you happy with how you're feeling these days? Are you slowing down physically or mentally? Ever wonder what your life will be like 10 to 15 years from now? Most of us don't really know how we're aging or if we can even do anything about it. But here's the truth. Knowledge is power, and that's exactly where we start at Longevity Medical Clinic. We run advanced diagnostics to find out what's really going on inside your body, and then we create a personalized hormone and health optimization plan designed specifically to help you live better starting now. Our patients are often amazed by what they discover in their blood work, and even more amazed at how quickly they start to feel like themselves again. This isn't guesswork, it's science, it's personal, and it works. Take the first step today. Call 866-86-YOUNG or visit lmclinic.com to schedule your free consultation. Longevity Medical Clinic. Feel better today and every day after that.
Hartley here from Wilcox Family Farms. I'm so excited to have my cousin Amelia with me today. So I saw that you visited the baby chicks.
I got to hold 7 of them. They were so cute.
Do you know why Wilcox chickens are so happy?
Because they get to play outside?
Yes.
Happy chickens are healthy chickens.
From our farm to your table, Wilcox Family Farms eggs, locally fresh
since 1909.
Considering selling your home or downsizing? Visit themadronagroup.com for no-obligation counsel. The Madrona Group's team of John L. Scott experts makes it easy, guiding you to best pricing and timing, maximizing your profit with smart technology and unparalleled integrity. 5-star reviews and industry best according to Zillow, Google, Yelp, Facebook, and Redfin. This Saturday, hear the Madrona Group's Jason Fox on KIRO News Radio's Home Matters. Maximize your home sale. Visit themadronagroup.com.
It's the Gee Ursula Show. Now, I get it. A lot of times, some of y'all love listening to the show and G just goes off the rails. Some of you don't. My co-host does, and sometimes she does, and sometimes she doesn't either. But Ursula, I was going to talk about Hamburger Helper.
Yes.
I ain't talking about Hamburger Helper.
Wait. Why?
I will maybe in a minute.
Okay.
But I want to look at you, my co-host.
Okay.
You doing okay, buddy? Talk to your boy.
My heart is heavy.
What's up?
I am sick of the fighting. I am sick of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be any part of raising the temperature anymore in this country. I really don't. Yet my job is to give my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't like when I said last week that I feel like our free speech is under attack. And it's not a Democrat or Republican thing. It's everyone, I believe, should be worried. How many times in the last week have we had conversations about, we can't talk about that. Oh, no, we got to be real careful about that. That's just never happened in my career. And before anyone says, well, now because, it's happening on your side, I'm looking at all sides. I would not. You're nodding your head because, it's like.
Oh, it's the truth.
It is the truth.
Like, I just.
It bothers me to my core. And then when my integrity is attacked, that bothers me.
I want to talk this out. And Chef, we got to get to it. I say things often. Most of you guys text in and I disagree with G, and that G always likes to stir things up. I usually don't care what you think. But it's interesting how much when you give your opinion on something, I am shocked to see people not want to hear your opinion. They want you, Ursula, every single time that you say something. They want you to both sides of that dang thing every time. Yeah, but I can also understand this. They want you. So when you definitively give an opinion,
exactly,
it bothers folks.
Oh,
and so that's why I want to talk this out. Because
it's not going to change because that's unfortunately where we are in this country.
But this is G speaking up, and I want to defend my co-host because I wish people knew how Ursula battles these conversations when we're not on the air. I wish people knew how often that Ursula tries constantly to show an opinion from the other side, which, by the way, y'all know me, I'm stuck. I'm absolutely stuck. It is what it is. There's a line in the sand because here's the thing. My line in the sand isn't Republican or Democrat. My line in the sand is some of y'all believe that some people don't deserve to be on this planet. So I believe, matter of fact, if we're speaking spiritually, if we're speaking about the Bible, and we're speaking about Jesus, that person wanted everybody to be included. So that's my line in the sand. But for you, Ursula, it hurts my heart to see people come after you. I'd rather people come after me, not you, because I know how you try to be fair for everyone. So that's why I took this time during this segment to throw everything out and to let you know that your little bro here is always here for you.
Thank you. I mean, I'll be okay. It's not about me. I think I'm speaking for a lot of people who are like just exhausted by the fighting. How can you explain anything and try to, and I understand that many conservatives have felt like they've been silenced. I understand that.
They've been silenced, yeah.
And I know that maybe you have a
I have a very different opinion.
Different take.
Because they don't fight like trans. They don't fight like the LGBTQ.
No,
they don't fight like black people. They don't fight like brown people in this country.
Yeah,
you want to talk about fight?
And you know that you know that I agree with that. But I also understand whether it is Christian conservatives or people who think differently because their interpretation of their religion dictates this. I understand how they feel like they're under attack. So yeah, it's like I'm constantly trying to, thread it. And then when I give a definitive opinion, like I feel like free speech, whether you're a conservative or a liberal, is under attack. It's like, oh my God. Like you would think, and then people start attacking my integrity, bringing up things that I can't really fully defend out of respect for people who are no longer here. It's like, I need a rest.
Chef, you want to say something, brother? Come on.
I just wish we could all de-link ourselves and our feelings from policies. Because I get a knee-jerk reaction sometimes when somebody criticizes a policy as though they're criticizing me. But the thing is, we don't have to agree with all the policies of, quote, our side. And a criticism of a policy or the action of an administration is not an attack on me or an attack on you. Like, we all have our own independent thoughts and opinions.
Yes. Well, and I think that's hard because a lot of people do, as you said, take it personally. And I will say from the beginning of this show, and I said when I do a talk show, I will never lump everybody together because I don't think that everybody thinks a certain way because they have a certain letter attached to their name. Mm-hmm. And I will never denigrate somebody and call them names because they believe something different from me.
Send your hate mail to G. Scott. Don't send them to Ursula. Send them to G.
No,
I welcome the hate.
Free speech.
Bring them to G.
Bring it.
More of the Gee Ursula Show next.
RV buyers, don't miss the Northwest Fall RV Show at the Evergreen State Fairgrounds. The last major RV event of the season with acres of new and used RVs to explore. New 2026 floor plans. 2025 model liquidation with savings up to 50%. New trailers as low as $12,995. Special event financing, free parking and admission. September 25th through the 28th at the Evergreen State Fairgrounds. NWFallRVShow.com. That's NWFallRVShow.com.
I'll be honest, retirement is really not that far away from me. And while I've done a lot of things to prepare, I've never really stopped to ask, am I doing everything right? When I do eventually hang up the mic, I want to travel the world. I want to spend more time with my family. Hopefully, grandkids will be in my future, and I want to leave something behind for the next generation. And that is where Trajan Wealth comes in. They're family-owned and veteran-led, and they're going to sit down with me, review what I have, and they'll help me make smart, tactical investments for growth that still fit my comfort level and my timeline. When you work with the advisors at Trajan Wealth, you can be confident that they are looking out for your best interests. To find out how they can help you, call Trajan Wealth today at 206-656-3300. That's 206-656-3300, or go to TrajanWealth.com. That's Trajan, spelled Trajan. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs. You sound very calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees. Ooma. Nice. Find your business calm at ooma.com/radio.
KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle.
News on the hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Steve Kathan. President Trump says he's going to speak about autism today. The Washington Post reports the administration's prepared to link Tylenol use during pregnancy with the risk of autism. CBS's Natalie Brand at the White House.
The Wall Street Journal had reported earlier this month that the administration is expected to suggest that acetaminophen, which is the active ingredient in Tylenol taken during pregnancy, as well as low levels of folate, are among potential causes or risk factors for autism.
Officials also plan to tout a lesser-known drug called leucovorin as a potential autism treatment. More information is emerging about the administration's plan for a TikTok deal with China.
Senior White House officials say the deal is going to save TikTok for over 170 million U.S. users while making sure that it's safe and secure. For that, Oracle will serve as a security provider, controlling everything from how the app is on your phone, how it's updated, how the algorithm works, and how the data is stored. The president's expected to sign an executive order on it later this week. Stacey Lynn, CBS News, the White House.
The American Civil Liberties Unions released an open letter signed by more than 430 celebrities calling Jimmy Kimmel's suspension a dark moment for freedom of speech. The move by some nations in recent days to recognize a Palestinian state is not expected to impact Israel's push into Gaza City. CBS News correspondent Elizabeth Palmer.
In the short term, I don't think it's going to change anything one way or another. Israel is going to continue with its military offensive in Gaza, where 2 million Gazan Palestinian civilians are trapped in the war zone in appalling misery. And there's growing criticism of Israel for that. Not only for that, though, for also supporting Israeli settlers seizing Palestinian land in the West Bank.
Trump border czar Tom Homan says there's nothing to a report that he accepted $50,000 in cash from FBI agents posing as business executives prior to the 2024 election. CBS's Nicole Skanga says the Justice Department is said to have dropped the investigation.
The White House spokesperson called the investigation blatantly political and called Homan, quote, a career law enforcement officer and lifelong public servant. Now, the cash was reportedly inside a bag from the fast casual food chain Cava.
Officials reporting aftershocks in the San Francisco Bay Area after a magnitude 4.3 earthquake. Some minor damage reported. No word of any injuries. Wall Street, the Dow is up 69 points. This is CBS News.
Progressive Insurance, with insurance for cars, home, boat, motorcycles, RVs, and commercial vehicles at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com.
A broad daylight drive-by shooting coming up at first. KIRO Newsradio traffic. Not seeing any major blocking problems right now. Construction does have you slow eastbound on the I-90 bridge. Travel time Seattle to Bellevue, 26 minutes. That's nearly 10 longer than usual. Earlier issues continue to drag on your Renton to Bellevue Drive. It's 41 minutes, 16 longer than typical. Traffic brought to you by Seattle Sports. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch.
come out with a dog and just heard a lot of pop, pop, pop.
A witness to a suspected drive-by shooting in Tacoma along South Warner Street. It happened in broad daylight yesterday. Police say one man is dead, a second in critical condition. Few other details. This is just blocks away from where a 12-year-old boy was found dead Friday. Police say there is no connection. DNA tests are still being conducted on remains found near Leavenworth, believed to be the body of Travis Decker. Chelan County Sheriff Mike Morrison.
We are close to justice being served and law prevailing.
KIRO 7 TV's Brooke Griffin says searchers recovered other evidence with the remains.
They also found tobacco in that area as well as a bracelet. Now, both of those things they say Travis would have had on him. There's been pictures of him wearing that bracelet, so those were very big items for them to find, things that really connected them to Travis Decker.
Investigators believe Decker murdered his 3 young daughters, whose bodies were found in a campground near Leavenworth in June. More Level 3 Get Out Now evacuations have been issued for residents threatened by wildfires in central Washington. That includes people who live and work along Highway 97 and Blewett Pass. The pass is closed because of the Labor Mountain fire. People near the Antioch Valley are also at Level 3 due to the Sugarloaf fire 25 miles northeast of Leavenworth. Seattle sports fans are walking on sunshine today. They saw this history-making moment.
Cal Raleigh has transcended to legendary status.
The Mariners catcher hit his 57th homer, the most ever by a Mariner in a season. The M's swept the Astros, and if they win 3 of the next 6 games, they clinch the division title. The Seattle Seahawks blew past the New Orleans Saints 44-13. Head coach Mike McDonald.
Overall, just a great team effort, man.
They will have to savor this one fast, though. The team heads down to Arizona to take on the Cardinals Thursday. And the University of Washington Huskies and the Washington State Cougars faced off in their annual grudge match. The Huskies dominating the Cougs with a 59-24 win. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Increasing sunshine today with highs in the low 70s. It's 59 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO Newsradio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday, September 22nd. Hey, Ursula, when does fall begin? Is that today?
Today.
Come on now.
Yes.
'Tis the season, baby. We right here.
Did we not have the most fabulous summer? Just weather-wise?
Sure did.
I feel like we got a full summer, and now fall is off to a great start as well, weather-wise.
Yeah.
Hey, coming up at 10:30, is marriage increasingly for the wealthy? Does it matter what your financial status is before you tie the knot? Okay, we had a spirited discussion during a morning
You want to be
meeting.
broke and get divorced instead of rich and get divorced. I know that.
Okay. Well, text us 888-973-5476, 888-973-KIRO.
What's new at 10?
As we have been sharing, in our opinion, President Trump is making a full court press on silencing his opponents. Last week, the FCC chair, Brendan Carr, threatened ABC and Disney, and Jimmy Kimmel was pulled off the air over comments he made in his monologue. Then after that happened, Carr appeared on Fox bragging about his newfound power to subdue free speech and promising to crack down even more.
And again, we're constraining the power through those actions of Disney, of Comcast. I think the American public are going to be much better off. But yeah, I don't think this is the last shoe to drop. This is a massive shift that's taking place in the media ecosystem, and I think the consequences are going to continue to flow.
And President Trump also threatened to take away media licenses from news organizations that criticize him. And again, FCC licenses could be taken away.
If they're 97% against, they give me only bad publicity or press. I mean, they're getting a license. I would think maybe their license should be taken away. It will be up to Brendan Carr.
Now, Dr. Jason Johnson is an MSNBC host, and he's a professor at Morgan State. He also hosts A Word with Jason Johnson, which is a podcast, and he joins us live now. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Usually I am here on Friday, so I'm
Yes.
very excited to be here on a Monday and start your week.
Well, thank you for joining us. So We have been talking about free speech, First Amendment, and I shared my heart last week and said, in my nearly 40-year broadcasting career, I have never felt like I do today. I don't know if you're feeling the same thing, or is there anything that you see that supports my current feeling?
Here's the thing, Ursula. We've never had speech without consequences in this country.
Exactly.
Right? We've always had a point where you can say whatever you want, but if you said something that was too unpopular, market forces, the public, people can complain about it. That's always been the case, sometimes good or bad. What we haven't had and what we're seeing now is the government directly involving itself, not just in whether or not information or what you say is truthful, but basically squelching opinions that they don't like. And it's a combination of greed. It's a combination of sort of the authoritarian nature of the Trump regime. And unfortunately, this is another example of not what people voted for, but what anyone could have told you was going to happen when these people were running last year. So whether it's Kimmel, whether it's Colbert, whether it's what Sinclair is doing, whether it's what Nexstar is doing, or Tegna, the FCC, Brendan Carr, it's all part of the same thing. Shut up if you're not in alignment with what this administration wants, and they'll either squeeze you out for what you say or squeeze you out from your money.
Some of us in this country have always had to worry about what we say, right? I mean, exactly. some of us have. I want to talk specifically to you, though. Ursula kind of asked it in a way. Let me try to ask it in another way. What are you doing differently? How are you going about things differently? Come on now.
Okay, so this is a very funny thing, and I will say this because y'all are my friends, the audience is my friends. Amongst my colleagues, and I say this to my students, and a lot of my colleagues, we have these conversations offline in chats. Now is not the time to tweet anything that's going to cost you your paycheck, right?
Exactly.
And everybody has to sit and decide, is this a hill that you want to die on? This is not the only time this has happened. And as somebody who is Black, who is in a media space, there have been times throughout my career where saying things that are blatantly obvious to me results in people getting fired. I will tell you, I can take you back to 2017. So that's what, I don't know, 8 years ago now. I remember on 2017 being on the air on MSNBC, and it was right after the white nationalists attacked Charlottesville, right? UVA, they were saying, whatever won't replace us. I went to UVA as an undergrad. I went on the air and I said, the president of the United States is a white nationalist and a terrorist sympathizer. My manager was sure I was going to get fired, because to say at that point that Donald Trump supported white nationalists was a crazy thing to say. It was considered to be a dangerous, outrageous thing to say. And I got some pushback. But at the end, I was like, this is the truth. My undergraduate institution got attacked, and this guy said there were good people on both sides. So I say this, G, to say there have always been lines that some people are willing to die on. That's mine. I will not suppress what I have to say about something that I think specifically deals with the truth that has to do with not just Black folk, but I think Americans in general who are in trouble. But other things, I'll leave that to the folks who are in safer positions.
On X a second ago, I came in to show my co-host Ursula and Laura Loomer. See, right when I say that name, you see, I didn't even tell you what she said. Yeah. So I go to X and I see Laura Loomer is responding to Jasmine Crockett. Now, you already know. It says, it hurts my heart that we have a ghetto Black B-word who hates America serving in Congress. Mm-hmm. So when you see or you hear something like that, does that reconfirm things with you, or it makes you think that maybe things aren't what they say?
No, I mean, here's the thing. Gee, the whole argument over the last 8 years about free speech from the right has always been garbage. It's always been garbage. They never cared about free speech. What they cared about was manipulating the marketplace so that they could be insulting and racist and sexist to people and not face consequences. All the conversations about cancel culture were always BS. All the people right now who are like, oh my God, Tucker Carlson saying, I don't want, anti-hate speech, whatever it is. all of these people, they simply wanted the right to say whatever racist, sexist, misogynistic things that they wanted to say and not lose contracts and not lose advertisers. And the thing about that was just the market speaking. If you say something racist about a football player or Michael Jordan and McDonald's says, hey, I'm sorry, we got a lot of Jordan fans and we're going to take our contract back from you, that's the marketplace speaking. Right? What you have now is a different situation. So Laura Loomer has always been able to say racist things. That's what she does. But in the past, she didn't have the backing of the FCC. In the past, she didn't have the president of the United States basically saying, yeah, Laura Loomer is a personal assistant of mine. And if someone were to make a joke about her, we'll put pressure on companies trying to make mergers to silence voices that are critical of us. That's what's happening right now. So the very people who claim for the last 6 or 7 years that they were suffering under cancel culture, which was always a lie. There's no such thing as cancel culture. No one's been canceled. Louis C.K. is still making money. Joe Rogan is still making money. All the people complaining about cancel culture are seeing the monster they create.
Okay, Dr. Johnson, I'm going to push back a little bit because I want to be fair, A, and B, I'm going to say that when it comes to the pushback, okay, I lost my train of thought. But why should conservatives not want what is happening right now? I mean, this is the argument I'm trying to make, is that this is for everybody. No one, conservative or liberal, should want the FCC putting pressure on any company for any words you say against an administration, whatever that administration is.
They didn't fire Brian Kilmeade, though.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, Ursula. There's a difference. You know, we've been playing funny word games for 10 years now, ever since Donald Trump came down the stairs at Trump Tower in New York. We're conflating conservatives with authoritarians. There are lots of conservatives out there. There are lots of Republicans out there who don't like the idea of the FCC getting involved in free speech. But a lot of conservatives are now basically authoritarians. They don't have some baseline belief system. Their belief system is whatever Donald Trump says is right is what we're supposed to do. And I want to make this very clear, whether we're talking about Jimmy Kimmel or we're talking about reporters or journalists or anything else like that. What we're seeing now is just the beginning, right? It's just the beginning. As TikTok gets sold to right-wing forces, if the cap on ownership for media stations is raised from 39% to higher, you will see more and more instances of these companies who are ideologically aligned with Trump using it to kick people off the air. And I don't know about you guys, but I remember last week there was supposed to be a memorial on Sinclair stations, and they ended up not showing it. I think it was Sinclair, it wasn't Nexstar, Sinclair stations. And they ended up not showing it. And why didn't they show it? Because the market didn't want it. Why is Disney tanking right now in stocks? Because the market is unhappy. Okay, Jimmy Kimmel isn't just a popular talk show host, right? He's not the number one guy. I think that was actually Colbert. But the public itself is saying, we don't like the idea of people being snatched off the air in order to satisfy the thin-skinned authoritarians in our federal government. And so, you know, but you've got people who don't care about money at this point. They care about control and power and manipulating what you can hear and criticism of the regime.
Okay, I'm going to, again, bring up like Senator Cruz, Ted Cruz, actually spoke against what is happening, which I often don't agree with Ted Cruz. But in this sense, I'm like, I'm so thankful that someone is going against, you know, the grain. Okay, you're shaking your head.
But he's not, because they're all going to vote for it. All these guys, I don't care if it's him, I don't care if it's Rand Paul, I don't care if it's Mike Johnson in the House. They all say, oh, this is bad. And then they go along with it. With the bill legislation this summer, they all said, hey, this is going to raise healthcare prices. It's not good, but they do it anyway. Susan Collins says, I'm concerned, and then she does it anyway. They say, oh, well, maybe it's not a good idea for ICE to be snatching people off the street, renditioning them to some other country, and then we find out 4 days later that they're American citizens who haven't committed a crime. And then they find out later. None of these people care. It is up to the public to scream and yell and kick and fight and disrupt in civil ways. That is the only way you fight back about this, because the people who are in Congress, whether it's the completely complicit people like Ted Cruz or the feckless cowards like the Democrats who voted for certain resolutions over the last week, none of them are going to fight for you. It is dependent on your local governors, your local members of Congress, and the American people standing up and saying, we don't want any more of this.
We're joined here by Dr. Jason Johnson here on the Gee and Ursula Show. Okay, you just said it. Speaking of voting, we have 2026 coming up. Mm-hmm. I want to know, your cell phone is red hot with all of your colleagues and people in the know. With the economy, how it's going for the working class people, how the groceries are going up. Everything's going up in this country. We're not even talking about what's happening here financially in this country. What are your people saying about the upcoming election coming up in 2026?
So I hear two different kinds of things, right? There's what politicians say, there's what regular people say. So the people who I know who are involved in politics are like, hey, we're putting together good candidates. People are unhappy about, what's happening and they want to fight for it. When I talk to regular people, they're frustrated, but they don't know that they see a lot of options. And there's also a lot of skepticism as to whether or not the elections in 2026 will be fair, whether people's votes are going to be counted one way or another. I mean, let's just be real. The current sitting president of the United States was convicted in the House, not in the Senate, but the current president of the United States was convicted of inciting an insurrection, a violent insurrection to take over the country. So does anyone think that guy, when he is in charge or can have influence on state-by-state elections, that he's going to allow elections to come forth that aren't going to be a result that he wants? There's a lot of skepticism out there. And I'll tell you this just from a personal standpoint. I was in the Midwest about a week and a half ago at a former student's wedding, and I'm in like country kind of red territory. Most people are talking about the fact that their eggs are still expensive. They're talking about the fact that, gas prices really haven't gone down that much. They're talking about the fact that their health insurance premiums are still popping up. None of the economic promises that supposedly drove people to vote for the current regime have manifested themselves. And they're only going to get worse. And as we see all these massive layoffs coming, the ones that have already occurred in the federal government, all the different companies and corporations from them, as we see a shortage of production, because as ICE has started to raid more and more areas, you have people who are legally documented here but are afraid to go out and seek work. We are seeing a slowdown in this economy, the likes of which most of us haven't experienced in about 20 years. I think people will be mad next year, but I don't know what they feel will be reflected in the votes or if they'll actually be counted.
Okay, that's bleak. Dr. Johnson, if you say that even going to the ballot box is not going to make a difference, or may not be what they're feeling right now, may not be enough to get them motivated to go to the ballot box? I mean, to vote? I mean...
Oh, no. I think people will be motivated to vote, and I think they're going to vote. I don't know that we can trust the results of elections taking place under an authoritarian regime. That's what we're dealing with. Now, fortunately, state by state, right, states are still responsible for how votes are elected. Georgia, Oklahoma, California, Massachusetts, every single state kind of runs their elections. But some of those states are reliable and some of those states aren't. States have had, their computer systems hacked into. Elections can be manipulated. And that's one of the things that I think people need to be very aware of next year. You can't just go out and vote. You're going to have to vote in massive numbers. You're going to have to be disruptive. You're going to have to frighten the regime so much that they feel that if they try to manipulate the election at the numbers, or at the margins, that the results will be so dishonest and so frustrating for the public that their credibility will be damaged. That's what you're going to have to do. And then it's going to be the responsibility of elected officials, the ones that we do have, to say, hey, look, we want to make sure the new budget has funding for election security. We're not going to let the DOGE cuts to national security and computer security for election and vote counting in the FCC get thrown by the wayside. We got to get people to fight for that too. You got to make phone calls. You got to scream at people. We cannot think that we're going to sit. It has only been 8 months. Think about this. It's only been 8 months. And we're talking about ICE pulling people off the streets, a military occupation of the Capitol, and stand-up comedians on television being kicked out of their jobs because of this regime. 8 months. What do you think this country's going to look like in 8 more months? You think voting's going to be enough? It won't be. Not without civil disobedience.
Oh,
and that's what people have to understand.
Yeah, I'm not in favor of civil disobedience. So
I believe in protesting. It is our constitutional right to protest.
So that's what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Peaceful protest.
Civil disobedience.
Yes. Okay, exactly. Oh, Lordy.
Dr. Johnson, we got about 30, 45 seconds. You and I talk all the time. Give us one thing that's going great in this country right now.
I think we have an awakening of the American public, the likes of which I have not seen in my entire 40-something years on this planet. I think there is a level of civic engagement on all levels that we've never seen before. And as long as people are plugged in and tuned in, that is the greatest enemy of an authoritarian regime. They want you despondent, they want you sad, and they want you ambivalent. And nobody is ambivalent anymore. Check your TikTok, check your Instagrams. People are sharing, they're caring, and they're paying attention. And that's where our success will come from.
I told Chef this morning, right now, social media might actually be our greatest ally. Dr. Jason Johnson, we're so grateful for you, brother. Thank you for coming on.
Of course. Anytime.
I'll see you next time. Coming up next here on the Gee and Ursula Show. Oh, I didn't get it fast enough, Ursula. Oh, there we go. Marriage. Is it better to make sure all of your finances are together and then get married? Or is it better to just marry for love? Either way, we'll figure that out next. Gee and Ursula.
This hour is brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington.
On this day after a Seahawks win,
the clouds have parted.
Let us give thanks to the Saints.
Holy catfish!
Saint JSN.
JSN makes a catch, makes a man miss.
Saint Torrey.
He may go 40, 30, 20.
Man, I was out there running for a mile.
Make it 2 straight wins for the Seahawks.
It was a big win for us.
Now they go for 3 straight against the Cardinals on Thursday Night Football.
The 12s hear the Hawks right here on KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM.
G. Scott here. I recently spoke with my friend Jonathan at DUI Heroes about how he and his team treat their new clients. What he told me is that they always recognize the human being behind the charge and treat them the way that we all want to be treated. He and his team take care of the individual, the human being, throughout the entire process. People make mistakes. So if you or a loved one has made that mistake, accused of DUI, call DUI Heroes today and speak to a lawyer. DUI Heroes can help you. 1-800-DUI-HERO or DUIHeroes.com, your DUI defense specialist.
Switching bath soap from sandalwood to tropical essence? That's glamping in the rainforest. Sometimes a different way is the better way. Like the SR 509 Expressway near SeaTac. Tolling September 29th. Free good-to-go sticker pass at goodtogo509.com.
Spike O'Neill here. Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens gave me back the perfect vision I had up until a few years ago. Now, never need glasses again. Never develop cataracts. Been about 6 months since my RLE surgery. My vision is better than it's ever been in my life. Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens, privately owned, no corporate shareholders or boardrooms. Dr. Sharp built his business on the principle of always strive to overaccomplish, never overprice. Call 425-451-2020 or go online to sharp-vision.com. That's sharp-vision.com. Official eye care providers of Sounders FC.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks VapoStick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe nasal spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Hey everyone, Hartley Wilcox here.
And I'm Charlie Wilcox from Wilcox Family Farms.
Our family's been raising hens and gathering fresh eggs right here for over 100 years.
That's right. Our hens roam free on green pastures, soaking up the sunshine and living their best chicken lives.
We don't do shortcuts. No cages, no chemicals, just honest-to-goodness eggs laid fresh every day.
And when you buy Wilcox eggs, you're not just getting breakfast. You're supporting local farmers like us. Clean food, and a family that's been doing it right for generations.
So next time you're at the grocery store,
skip the out-of-state eggs and grab the ones with our name on them.
Wilcox Family Farms. Fresh, local, trusted. Find fresh Wilcox eggs at Fred Meyer, QFC, or Amazon Fresh. And for a healthy snack on the go, grab some ready-to-eat hard-boiled eggs in a convenient to-go 2-pack. Wilcox Family Farms eggs, locally fresh since 1909.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
When you walked through your kitchen this morning, what'd you see? Did it make you happy? Hi, I'm Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Well, I want to make you happy. We'll custom build you all new cabinet doors and drawer fronts, and using our exclusive 1/4-inch solid wood refacing process, transform your existing cabinets into a beautiful new kitchen. Add a custom quartz countertop, change things up a bit, add some more cabinets, install some cool new features like soft close drawers and sliding shelves, whatever you like. We'll help you to create the new kitchen you'll be proud of. All in about a week, and all with way less mess, hassle, time, and expense than to tear out. Stop waiting. For 18 years, we've been honored to serve thousands of happy customers, and we'd love to serve you. Call today and I'll get one of our pros to come out and show you how easy and comfortable it'll be to get going on your new kitchen. Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
Planning a road trip? Plan a visit to your neighborhood Bucky's Complete Auto Repair for oil changes, brakes, AC repair, and factory maintenance. No appointment needed, and yes, friendly financing is available. Visit buckys.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. Police say a man opened fire outside an Amazon delivery center in Columbus, Georgia. This sparked a brief standoff. Officers say the man died of a self-inflicted wound. No other injuries reported. We now know the identities of the 4 soldiers who died when their Black Hawk helicopter crashed near Olympia last week. Spokeswoman Jacqueline Hill.
These soldiers, they are assigned to the 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment Airborne, and they were based at JBLM.
2 of the fallen soldiers were from Western Washington, 25-year-old Sergeant Donovan Scott and 23-year-old Jadalyn Good. 35-year-old Warrant Officer Andrew Coley was from Missouri, and 39-year-old Warrant Officer Andrew Krause was from Florida. The UN Security Council meets today to discuss Russian fighter jets illegally entering Estonian airspace. Poland, a NATO member, shot down Russian drones in its airspace 2 weeks ago. John Sullivan is a former U.S. ambassador to Russia.
There are no coincidences. These aren't accidents. These aren't mistakes. These are intentional provocations.
He believes Russia is testing NATO and the U.S. This week, France is set to join a growing number of countries recognizing a Palestinian state. The largely symbolic move is meant to pressure Israel to end its war against Hamas in Gaza. Israel says the move rewards terrorists. Here in the U.S., President Trump set to announce a link between acetaminophen, or Tylenol, to an increased risk of autism.
I think it's a very big factor.
Doctors and the maker of Tylenol say that science does not support that claim. Dr. Celine Gounder's concerned.
Will women end up taking other medications like aspirin or ibuprofen during pregnancy?
Which she says is dangerous. A killer whale sighting near the Tacoma Narrows Bridge is giving conservationists hope. KIRO 7 TV's Deborah Horn reports.
It was a sight for the ages.
Wow, that is awesome.
Members of the J-Pod, among the endangered southern resident killer whales, playing and presumably eating near the Tacoma Narrows Bridge, the first time in half a century. This has the whale-watching community cheering.
It means our salmon are doing well. The restoration of that ecosystem is going strong, and that's just beautiful news.
A beautiful news indeed.
Even better, a new baby whale was spotted with the J-Pod. On Wall Street, the Dow was up 97 points. NASDAQ ahead 133. KIRO Newsradio traffic, not seeing any major blocking problems right now. You do have construction that has you pumping brakes right over Mercer Island eastbound on the I-90 bridge. Travel time Seattle to Bellevue, 15 minutes, still about 5 longer than typical. Renton to Bellevue's trying to get back on track after earlier issues. Your drive is 32 minutes, about 12 longer than usual there. Traffic brought to you by Washington 811. If you're digging in your yard, you are legally required to call 811 to avoid damaging utility lines. Call or go to digsafewhy.com. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Increasing sunshine today with highs in the low 70s. It's 59 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show. We sure appreciate you hanging out with us on this Monday morning. Text us, 888-973-5476, 888-973-KIRO. So question for you, Gee. Do you think that you need to have all your finances in order before you tie the knot?
Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. 2025. Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. Okay. Well, a lot of people are agreeing with you, and this is what the Wall Street Journal is saying, that marriage is now increasingly for the affluent. And they're writing that Americans used to get married under what they called the cornerstone model. So you would get married young, maybe even in your early 20s, and then together with your partner, you would buy a home, you would build up your savings, and you would grow your careers side by side. But now the journal says it has shifted to the capstone model. And what they mean by that is that people are waiting until they've hit certain milestones, like they have a steady job, or they've had promotions, or they have a sizable nest egg, maybe even own a home before they think of getting married. And so marriage becomes less of a starting block and more of the victory lap at the end of a long race. And so the result is mixed. I mean, the median age for first marriage is now right around 30 years old, which is a decade later than a couple of generations ago. And one of the positives is that divorce rates have actually gone down.
Well, just think. One of the reasons why marriage is a decade higher now compared to years before. Oh, that's right. There was a time when women couldn't even have their own bank account. Right? Mm-hmm. You guys remember those times, right? Was that 100 years ago? No, that was here recent, right? Oh, as a matter of fact, when did it become, like, when did domestic violence, right? You didn't hear about domestic violence in the 50s and 60s. There was none of that. If you don't do what the husband says, you get knocked around back in those days. Finally, we actually point a spotlight on those things. What I'm trying to say is, I'm not trying to make this dark, but we actually have it to where women are having careers. Mm-hmm. Women don't have to depend on men so much like they used to have to before the 70s. So we're seeing the age move up. Mm-hmm. As for the opinion, Ursula, on being married and have your ducks in a row, I believe so. We talked about it kind of last week. I said usually they used to say you would marry for financial security in your second and third marriages. In your first marriage, you marry for love. To which I think today, a lot of people are marrying for financial stability and security. It's real out here, Ursula.
Now, I'm just looking at my personal situation because that's the thing I can relate to. And when I met Mark, I was 25 years old, working here at KIRO, making dirt, not making a whole lot of money, did not own my own place, nor did he, though. I mean, he was already working at the prosecutor's office at that time, but he was, at entry level and didn't own his own home. I still had student loans to pay off, but it took us 3 years before we finally walked down the aisle. And again, I mean, was everything perfect going into it? No, but we had a certain level of stability. To reach the level of stability that we were even at that stage now for our kids today, I mean, given the cost of everything, the cost of home ownership.
Thank you.
That's
what I want. Okay,
that is. I know you were looking at me like, where am I going with this?
There you go.
No, it's. I see. I look at my own. I look at my own sons. my oldest is 29. He would love to be in a long-term relationship and looking to get married. But it's like he's trying to make sure that his career is, perfect and it had that all figured out before, taking that next step. Mm-hmm. And I know that not everyone has that goal, but is this a bad thing or a good thing that people are waiting and waiting until they have things settled?
I ultimately think it's a very bad thing. And the reason why it's a bad thing that people are waiting to have to be financially secure is because it points a spotlight on how bad it is here currently. You have Gen Z, the young generation right now, working in Seattle, working full time, not getting subsidized income or anything, not on SNAP, not on welfare, not a welfare queen like some of you guys believe all the time. You actually have people that are working hard every day, and they literally can't afford to buy a home. And oh, by the way, that student loan debt you talked about, student loan debt in 2025 is a lot different than student loan debt 30, 40 years ago.
Yeah, my payments were like minuscule, $200 a month.
So no, I don't think it's good, but that's where we are right now, and we're not going to do anything about it. So if you think things are bad now, where's it going to be in 20 years? It's going to be worse.
I think this is awful, and it makes me really sad because I believed in high school that I couldn't date until I had a car, right? Like I needed this thing in order to be able to enter the dating pool. And kids today are being taught, or they learn that I don't have self-worth if I don't have net worth. Mm-hmm. If I can't bring something to the table to show my value financially, then I have nothing to bring to the table. And like, I was broke when I met Gabby. She was broke. And you know what brought us to a place of being modestly okay is having a partner that was there by our side to root for us, to support us, to work on something together. Yeah. And the idea that you have to independently do that, I think it misses out on some of the fundamentally best things about what marriage can be.
Well, agree with that. And if there are some therapists, marriage counselors out there right now, correct me if I'm wrong. What is the number one reason for divorce? What is the number one reason? It's not infidelity. It's not religion or disputes about politics. It's money. And usually it's lack thereof. That's the reason why people get divorced. It's the number one reason for divorce is finances.
Although I love what Kevin in Black Diamond says, marry the person you love, not money. Work together as a couple. It is really unfortunate that money and success have to play a role in marriage.
Sounds good.
Sadly, it's real.
I think.
It does.
All of us want that. Like Chef said that. You said that. We all wish that we could still have that. Marry the person you meet your high school sweetheart or in college. We've taken that away. That's not happening right now because people have to make business decisions. Scenarios. Next, Gee Ursula.
On this day after a Seahawks win,
the clouds have parted.
Let us give thanks to the Saints.
Holy catfish!
Saint JSN.
JSN makes a catch, makes a man miss.
Saint Torrey.
Oh. He may go 40, 30, 20.
Man, I was out there running for a mile.
Make it 2 straight wins for the Seahawks.
It was a big win for us.
Now they go for 3 straight against the Cardinals on Thursday Night Football.
The 12s hear the Hawks right here on KIRO Newsradio on 97.3 FM.
Hey, want to hear something great? Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of the #1 selling bacon cheeseburger in all fast food, the JBC, plus medium fries and a medium soft drink for just $8. Want to hear something else great? Double the burger means double the bacon. Now that's a game changer. 2 of the #1 bacon cheeseburgers with fries and a drink for just $8. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Individual items at regular price.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
G. Scott here with the kids back in school. It's rally time, and I encourage everyone to rally around the campaign to keep kids healthy. Here's the truth. Kids need fruits and veggies to grow strong, stay focused, and live healthy lives. But for families on tight budgets, those essentials can be out of reach. That's where we come in. Together, the Washington State Department of Health and Safeway need you to help make a difference to get fruits and veggies accessible to families and kids. Safeway is deeply committed to nourishing our communities. Every dollar donated is another dollar eligible families can use on fresh produce. With SNAP Produce Match, they can buy twice as much with each dollar. Let's work together to make sure every kid has access to nutrition that they deserve. Next time you're at a Safeway, please say yes at checkout to donate to Keep Kids Healthy campaign. Together, one bite at a time. Learn more and start saving at Safeway.com/SNAP or on your Safeway for You app.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-486-9600. That's 800-486-9600.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Are you looking at senior living options for you or a loved one? If so, you likely have many questions like, what can I afford? How long will my savings last? And if I run out of money, will I have to move out? If these questions are weighing on you, I'm here to talk you through different solutions. Hi, I'm Amanda from Care Partners Senior Living. At Care Partners, we're focused on offering high-quality, compassionate care at very affordable prices to help stretch and preserve your assets. And if you ever run out of funds and need to convert to Medicaid, you won't have to move. We have vibrant communities throughout Western Washington, Spokane, and Arizona offering independent, assisted living, and memory care. Our caregivers are some of the most loving and genuine people you'll ever meet. Stretch your assets, preserve your estate, and never worry about moving. That's peace of mind in the Care Partners Living difference. Learn more at carepartnersliving.com. Care Partners is excited to announce our newest communities in Port Orchard, Sumner, Snohomish, and North Creek Bothell. Visit carepartnersliving.com.
Carter Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealership. Ursula Reutin here. I'm a repeat customer of Carter Subaru because they have the largest selection of Subarus in our state. Carter Subaru has the vehicle you've been searching for, including more than 250 Subaru Crosstreks starting at 1.9% financing for 48 months on approved credit. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard or cartersubaru.com.
On approved credit, documentary service fee may be added to the sale or capitalized cost. Carter Subaru is buying down the rate for the 2025 Outback. Max amount finance is $20,000. See dealer for details. Valid through 9/30/25.
When your reputation's on the line, you don't leave anything to chance, especially your primer. Painters trust Kills primers for a smooth start, strong adhesion, and serious stain blocking power. And now, the full Kills lineup is available exclusively at the Home Depot. Need it fast? Get same day or next day delivery, or order online and pick up in store. Kills primers. Pro results, faster. The Home Depot. If you're a pro, you know.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you plan to use the carpool lanes along SR 167, you'll soon need a flex pass set to HOV mode to ride free. That's a change. Having Good to Go always costs less than pay by mail. That is not a change. Learn more at goodtogo167.com.
Okay, it is the Gee and Ursula Show. Hey, man. Happy Monday, y'all. What kind of mood are you in today? Are you glad that it's fall? Are you sad that the summer is gone? Aren't you excited for cuddle season? Come on now, Ursula, it's cuddle season.
I'm getting onto that whole side with you because you know how I hate to say goodbye to summer.
Yeah.
But this fall, I'm feeling like the next couple of days are going to be beautiful. It's going to be a great start.
That's right. Scenarios, get you going with that right now. Now, I want to say this scenario, I think, is happening a lot. Has this happened to you? Hey, we had a family get together at a park last weekend. It was nice, and we posted photos of the kids having fun. My cousin's wife said she didn't want anything about her kids on social media, so I took the photos down. I then get another message that there are still 3 photos with her kids that can be seen in the background. All right, this is getting annoying, so I altered the pictures and put Lego characters over her children. Of course, she flipped out and said I'm rude and disrespectful and demanded that the photos still be taken down. That was 2 days ago. I'm ignoring dozens of messages and calls from her and my cousin. Now, am I being a jerk? Should I take those photos down too? The ones where I put the Legos over her kids? 888-973-5476. Ursula, you have to bat first.
Have you ever been asked to take down a picture from Facebook from somebody?
Yeah, Dr. Johnson.
Oh, really?
Dr. Johnson had me do that.
Because I have had that request too. Like someone said, I don't like my kids on there. I'm like, of course I'm not going to do anything that you don't want on there. I'm not going to try to. Now, it sounds like he came up with a solution that she still doesn't like. So I'm thinking it's more almost about control at this point. And my question would be, how important is that relationship to you? And how important is it to have those pictures there? You know me, I'd probably be like, you know what, it's not even worth the hassle. I'll just delete. It's just not worth fighting over.
Hey, Ursula, before Chef goes, it feels like the older I get, the least I care about some of these relationships. And I'll tell you why. Because it feels like it's never enough sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So once you start...
Yeah. It's like he already compromised. He already did something.
Did something.
Yeah.
Right? Instead of like, hey, you know what? The Legos, okay, I get it. Just in the future. But nope, take that down too. Nope, you're disrespectful. It's like, man, when is enough is enough? That's why I'm getting to the point where, like, sometimes you can't, like, a lot of people,
everybody.
you just can't. People just want to date, and then once you start to just stop a little bit, they just keep going and going and going. Chef?
I mean, the concern of having your kids on social media without your approval or permission is totally warranted.
Yes.
And you do have to be sensitive to that. I mean, I can't think of how many times, like, I'm going to take a picture of Alice at her preschool or whatever, or the kids on the baseball team, and there's a parent who's like, whoa, hey, I just want to make sure that doesn't go anywhere. But the idea that it's offensive to replace your kids with Legos, that's silly. That's absolutely silly.
Yeah, it almost feels like it's
you make a great point. When you bow completely to someone's demands, often it empowers them to make further demands of you. You set a precedent, right? So I guess you messed up by just not pulling the photo down in the first place. But I mean, it sounds like a painful relationship you're just going to have to deal with.
I mean, it's like, hey, Chef, it reminds me sometimes when people hit me up in my inbox, right? And they hit me up in my inbox. And by the way, sometimes on the text line or my inbox, when you guys say something to me, you know what? You're right. Now, most of the time it's handled okay. But a lot of times they just take that as an opportunity. Oh, and also, since you're here, what about this? And what about that? They just don't stop.
That happens a lot when I will send people fact checks. They're like, you're wrong about this. You guys totally misrepresented. Like, okay, here's all of our sources. Here's why this is accurate. And then they'll just come back with, that's not true. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, I'm doing my best.
But I will say, though, I do have a rule. Me, Ursula, I try to stay away from posting people's kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
or
I really
just
do.
have their explicit
Matter of fact, I took some kids. I took a picture with my friends' kids recently out together, and they are my friends, and it was a great picture that I took with them, and so they didn't mind that picture. But yeah, I try to stay away from posting people's kids. It's a good rule to follow. Yeah. What do you got there, Nick?
Well, is the photo really that big of a deal to display it in the first place? This seems to have gone from some sentimental to straight up petty value or attitude. If the photo really has that personal value, just keep it private and out of sight, especially after reaching the point now where you're not recognizing the kids anymore because someone smart decided to put some Legos up in replacement. Let's grow up and put the toys down now so we can talk about, maybe being a little more respectful to other people's property and pictures so we don't have to go into those shenanigans.
Yeah.
How many years ago was it when we were saying that people were silly for not wanting their kids on social media? Because I remember those conversations here at KIRO. Like, really? What are you worried about?
I think I've been guilty of saying that. Of like some of these celebrities, like, I don't want their pictures shown and stuff like that. I've been guilty of that. Do I better understand now? Sure. I think
especially in this climate.
Yeah.
And it's one thing that you are the celebrity, but let's just say that if your kids are now exposed, for example, it's just...
You don't think we have adults in this world that go after kids, do you?
Oh, yeah, they do.
Do they? We have adults that go at kids on social media and stuff?
People go after everybody on social media. And remember, it's unregulated.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother discussion. Is that a good thing?
That is a great discussion.
Yes, and it's been brought up a lot recently.
Yeah. To which I think right now is actually a good thing that social media isn't regulated.
I think social media is a big reason for so much of the problem that we have today.
Yeah.
So much.
Agree. Okay, Ursula, we got the 11 o'clock hour coming, 11:30. We have Agree to Disagree. And, in the news, coming up next, Zillow. Zillow is facing a class action lawsuit, Ursula.
Yes.
So we'll be talking about that next. Gee Ursula.
Join in on the conversation by sending a text to 888-973-5476. That's 888-973-KIRO.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. Our Go the Extra Mile service means more hustle, less hassle. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the road you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included with every tire we sell. We're talking more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's why you get more from less. Book an appointment at leschwab.com.
Brought to you by IHOP. Go to your happy plates with the $6 IHOP value menu. Available every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations.
Thank you for making Total Wine & More America's #1 online source for spirits, beer, and wine. Better than all those delivery apps. Total Wine's prices are up to 30% lower with super fast delivery and no hidden fees. Order direct at TotalWine.com and pay less today.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
You gave years, maybe decades to your job. You showed up, worked hard, and planned for retirement. But now, the company's changed. Or maybe you've taken a buyout or been forced into early retirement. So, what happens next? I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you've built up a 401k or thrift savings plan, now is the time to ask, is that money really working for you? Many workplace retirement plans offer limited options and even less guidance. At Trajan Wealth, we help people just like you roll over their accounts into IRAs with more flexibility and personalized investment strategies built around your goals. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a personalized plan. We operate on veteran values, service, trust, and doing what's right. Your next chapter starts now. Call Trajan Wealth, 206-656-3300, 206-656-3300.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Do you know someone whose everyday actions make Washington stronger? Someone whose care, service, and connection lift us all. They're Washington's community champions, and WSECU wants to celebrate them this fall. Steve Rabel here. WSECU has been serving Washington since 1957, and they're the only credit union named Forbes' Best Credit Union 5 years running. Now it's your turn to get in the game. Nominate your Washington Community Champion today at mynorthwest.com/champion.
Health insurance is broken, but it doesn't have to be. That's why Scan Health Plan was founded as a nonprofit, so we can create Medicare Advantage plans that focus on the real needs of seniors. We've been people first since 1977, and we're here to make Medicare work hard for you, because you deserve more than a broken system. You deserve a plan that fights for you. Visit scandifference.org to learn more. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. President Trump is expected to make an announcement today on autism. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt.
This will be a powerful display of how the entire Trump administration is committed to addressing root causes of chronic conditions and diseases, embracing full transparency in government, and championing gold standard science.
CBS's Natalie Brand reports the announcement could tie Tylenol use during pregnancy to autism.
We'll have to wait and hear the exact details of this announcement today, but our CBS medical contributor, Dr. Celine Gounder, also notes that the best recent evidence and study does not show an association here.
A senior administration official says Oracle will receive a copy of TikTok's algorithm to operate for U.S. users. That's hoped to prevent the potential manipulation of addictive content. CBS's Willie James Inman has the latest on the plans.
That lucrative algorithm will be controlled by that U.S. joint venture, and senior White House officials say, we feel 100% confident that this deal will be approved by the Chinese. So one of the major things that the president will do in terms of moving this deal forward is sign an executive order later this week saying that this deal meets the terms of the U.S. national security review.
President Trump will leave later today for New York and the UN General Assembly. Much of the talks there have been focused on the war in Gaza and the country's recognizing a Palestinian state. CBS's Elizabeth Palmer reports France and Saudi Arabia are expected to do so today.
There is a war of words going on. In the short term, I don't think it's going to change anything one way or another. Israel is going to continue with its military offensive in Gaza, where 2 million Gazan Palestinian civilians are trapped in the war zone in appalling misery. And there's growing criticism of Israel for that. Not only for that, though, for also supporting Israeli settlers seizing Palestinian land in the West Bank. The pressure is piling up even more in New York.
There are new restrictions on journalists at the Pentagon, as Charlie Daggett reports.
Those rules state in part that journalists can no longer gather or report information, even if it's unclassified, unless it's been authorized for release by an appropriate authorizing official, essentially them.
Reporters who don't follow the guidelines could lose access to the Pentagon. A number of charities have cut ties with Princess Andrew's ex-wife, Sarah Ferguson, after an email was published in which she called Jeffrey Epstein a supreme friend. On Wall Street at this hour, stocks are higher. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
What was found with the body believed to be accused killer Travis Decker? But first, traffic. In Seattle, a disabled vehicle is blocking the right lane northbound on the Ballard Bridge. Construction has you still a bit slow over Mercer Island eastbound on the I-90 bridge. Travel time Seattle to Bellevue 15 minutes, a few longer than usual. Rented to Bellevue almost back on track after earlier issues. Your drive time 26 minutes, about 7 longer than usual. Traffic brought to you by Lake Washington Windows and Doors Autumn Savings Event. Save $500 per window, $1,000 per door.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. One man is dead and another in critical condition after a shooting along South Warner Street in Tacoma in broad daylight. A witness tells KIRO 7 TV this involved at least one vehicle yesterday.
I heard voices in the car, voices going, go, 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 go. And they almost ran that stop sign. They stopped for a second and just went off crazy.
This is just blocks away from where a 12-year-old boy was found dead Friday, but police say the incidents are not connected. We're learning more about what investigators found with a body near Leavenworth that they believe is Travis Decker, the man accused of murdering his daughters in the area in June. Chelan County Sheriff Mike Morrison.
So I am confirming the shirt that we saw on scene is a match for what Travis was last seen wearing, in addition to shorts, which were U.S. Rangers shorts. They were also a match, and also personal items to include chewing tobacco that was consistent with what he had chewed, a bracelet, which is consistent with what we'd seen in photos of him wearing.
They're still waiting for DNA test results. Chelan County has raised evacuation levels for 2 wildfires in central Washington. People near Highway 97 and Blewett Pass are at level 3 get out now evacuations, and the pass is closed because of the Labor Mountain fire. People near the Entiat Valley are also at level 3 due to the Sugarloaf fire burning about 25 miles northeast of Leavenworth. In sports, Seattle cleaned up over the weekend. Let's start with the Mariners, who won all 3 games against the Astros. Highlights including
J.P. Crawford with his second Grand Slam of the season.
The Mariners have a chance to win the West and get into the playoffs as early as Wednesday. They face the Rockies at home tomorrow. Seahawks football, not even close.
Touchdown! Seahawks!
Torrey Horton with a 95-yard punt return, the longest in a Seahawks history, as the Hawks routed the New Orleans Saints 44-13. At the Apple Cup, not even heaven could help the foes of Washington. The Wazoo Cougars falling to the Huskies 59-24 in the annual rivalry game. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Increasing sunshine today with highs in the low 70s and 62 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Hey, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. I'm telling y'all, I'm just happy at work today. I love our job, Ursula. I love coming in here. I love how I get hyped up, animated, emotionally. Then we switch to the next topic in a certain type of way. It's like a roller coaster doing this job every day.
Do you think I'm the one who hypes you up or doesn't hype you up?
You have your ways of hyping me up.
Because it's not intentional.
You're such a good hype person. You don't even realize what you do.
I'm giving you the story, and I just don't. We don't script out how you're going to react to it. Let's just put it this way.
Absolutely don't.
So it's a crapshoot.
Yeah.
Okay, coming up at 11:30, agree to disagree, which we do every day at 11:30.
Yeah.
But right now,
top stories at 11
on the Gee and Ursula Show.
So let's talk about Seattle-based Zillow, because right now a Portland home buyer is filing a nationwide class action lawsuit against the company, claiming that Zillow uses deceptive practices that drive up commissions and inflate home prices. And so this story is from KIRO 7 TV, our news partner. The lawsuit was filed in federal court in Seattle, and it accuses Zillow of violating consumer protection laws and the Real Estate Settlement Procedures Act. Okay, that's a lot. But the plaintiff says he thought he was contacting a seller's agent through Zillow's Contact the Agent button, but was instead connected to a Zillow-affiliated buyer's agent, and he signed what he was told was a free touring agreement, only to later discover that the agent earned a commission and up to 40% of that commission went back to Zillow. And so the complaint calls these undisclosed payments hidden Zillow fees and argues that they mislead buyers and sellers alike. So in case you don't know, this is how Zillow actually makes its money. When you click Contact Agent on a listing, you're often not reaching the seller's agent at all. Instead, you're connected to a buyer's agent who pays Zillow for that lead. And if that agent ends up helping you buy the house, they get a commission from the sale. And in many cases, again, up to 40% of that commission goes right back to Zillow under its Flex program. And that is the moneymaker.
Your boy wasn't paying attention, Ursula. No.
Which part?
No. I was paying attention to that, everything you just said there. I wasn't paying attention this morning. Because if I would have been paying attention this morning, I would have told you and Chef how this happened to me.
Oh, really? Okay.
Let me run it down.
Okay.
So your boy was chilling on Zillow, right? I'm on Zillow. Remember, just recently, I was thinking about buying down at Point Ruston.
Yeah, you were.
Okay. I mean, I was...
After you'd considered Kirkland a while back, but then you went to...
Why you got to bring up stuff?
Because I've just visited Kirkland. Beautiful.
I know. Especially on Sundays.
Yes.
Okay, so here's what happened. I'm on Zillow. The place that there was a condo that was going to be for sale. I saw that on Zillow, right? So I hit Contact the Agent.
Okay.
It sends me to an agent. The agent reaches out to me on a phone call, and he says, hey, I see you're looking at wanting to tour the place. I'm like, yeah, we're going to be down there. We would love to tour. To which he says to me, okay, do you have an agent right now? I said, no, I don't have an agent. He says, okay, in order for me, check this out. He says, in order for me to show you the place, you have to agree that if you were to buy, that I would be your agent. And I said, huh? And he says, well, the truth is, I have to pay a fee because for Zillow.
So he was actually up. He was up and up.
He was up and up. And I'll tell you what I said to him. And as a matter of fact, I haven't even shared this. And the reason, I'll tell you why I didn't share it. I did not share this story because I think that this story is going to be an indictment on real estate agents. This is why I didn't share it. No, seriously. I didn't want to share this story.
What do you mean by that?
Here's what I mean. So that happened. I wanted to do a tour of the place. He says because you went through Zillow to contact an agent, because of that, you were referred to me. I have to pay for that. To which I appreciated the agent telling me that. But all that told me was, here we go. Because there's this thing called AI. And there's this thing called ChatGPT. And if you guys think this isn't real, go ahead and ChatGPT right now and put in everything that you want for a house. I mean, when I say everything. How many times it was sold, how many times, what's wrong with the house, all of those things. And ChatGPT is 24 hours a day. And so if you keep having stories like this, all you're going to do is drive people towards that and drive people towards where, hey, I know at the end of a sale that the agent sends you a bottle of wine and some chocolate. You might not get that, or you might get a card in the mail or that calendar every year. You might not get that. But the same way Elon Musk and Tesla has changed the car buying experience, careful of this changing the real estate home buying experience. More, and by the way, only old timers like me and you are doing this way. These youngsters out here, I was
going to say, I still like to work with somebody. If I were in the market or putting my home on the market, I would want to work with a real estate professional that I trust.
So I believe the reason why I didn't share that story, because I know that there's a lot of real estate agents. I know that you all have like that real estate agent was actually honest with me.
Yeah.
There's a lot of real estate agents that you can't like Zillow. Zillow is making it bad for you.
But okay, so this Portland home buyer who's filing this class action lawsuit, if Zillow were to change it and to say, hey, using this where it says contact the agent, if it were to disclose, have one of those little disclaimers, right? And say, we take a commission or we get a commission. Because, I mean, when you think about it, where do you think Zillow gets a lot of its money? Right? I mean, so I see that it earns from advertising, rental postings, mortgages, and other services. But really, the biggest slice comes from those commissions. Why doesn't Zillow just put it out there? We get commissions. You know what I mean?
You know why they don't put it out there, Ursula.
Just put it out there.
But again, and by the way, if you're a real estate agent, please text in.
Yes.
Because maybe you've had to deal with this. But like I said, this is a story that I did not want to bring up because I felt like me even talking about this would really throw shade at real estate agents. And now that you're bringing this up, that exact thing happened to
you.
me.
Oh, that's crazy. 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. Want to hear from real estate professionals.
I want to just add on that this is a very, very common modern business practice, and this has existed forever. It's, lead generation, either for a fee or commission. So if you're using like BetterHelp or Talkspace to find a therapist, they can take 20 to 40% of whatever you pay that therapist, and sometimes it's in perpetuity. Legal directories do this, Avo, Find Law, Angie's List does it, Thumbtack does it.
You're right.
ZocDoc for doctors, they take a commission. Financial advisors, a lot of times if you're looking for a financial advisor, this happens.
When I was looking for a party space for my birthday party, I went to a place that shows, different venues with different sizes, and I went on that website. And I know that they get a cut for whoever that they're going to recommend. And if we went with them and they were afterwards, when I picked who we were going to go with, they were like, oh, did you pick one of ours? I was like, no, I actually didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is. So I'm just wondering if they could fix it by just making it very clear that that's what's happening.
Well, here's what I would recommend, because this is also the DoorDash model, right? They get a cut. If you really want to support small businesses, your local therapist, your local lawyer, whatever it is, your local restaurant, if you find a business through one of these search engines that connects you, contact agent, contact therapist, go find that person directly. Look them up online individually and contact them yourself. Especially like if you're doing therapy and you're a cash-only patient, let them know, hey, I found you through here, but I'm gonna contact you directly because I know your income takes a haircut when I book through that service. And restaurants in particular, man, they don't like doing the DoorDash stuff.
It's true.
Jenny and Puyallup just text in. As a realtor for 10 years now, Zillow and Redfin are the undercutters of the industry.
Ooh.
They do agents dirty. There's a new rule also in this state where you can't show a buyer a listing without a buyer-agent agreement, so there's that too. Boom. Thank you, Jenny. That's exactly what got said to me. And like I said, I'm glad Jenny is texting in. If I was a real estate agent, the Zillows and the Redfins, and I wouldn't be able to stand them. Because what happens is when you have a disgruntled person and they see Zillow or they see Redfin, they automatically are going to probably demonize real estate agents. And look, I get it. If you have a great real estate agent, that's awesome. Great. I am not saying that they don't do a good job. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is you have to remember, we are in a generation now where we have youngsters that don't go inside the bank anymore. I'm being serious.
No, I know.
Some of you guys still go into banks. The young generations don't. The young generations are not going to be loyal to a person. They are more loyal to ChatGPT. Oh, by the way, the same ChatGPT that's available 24/7?
Yeah.
The same ChatGPT, you can talk to them at 2 a.m, 3 a.m, 6 a.m. Zillow and Redfin don't help agents out.
That's true. Okay, you know those cards that you see when you go to a restaurant and it says "very good," "okay," and smiley faces. Well, now, and that has to do with whether they've passed their food safety inspection. But now we're going to start seeing a new sign right next to it, and it's not going to be about the food because the King County Board of Health just voted to require placards showing whether a business has unresolved wage or labor violations. And so that could be anything from withholding pay, not giving your employees enough breaks, or blocking workers from using paid sick leave. If a business has been cited by the State Department of Labor and Industries or Seattle's Office of Labor Standards, public health is going to be notified and inspectors will be back to take another look at that business. And supporters say this move makes sense because if an employer is cutting corners on wages, they may be cutting corners elsewhere that affect customers' health. But the Washington Hospitality Association, which feels like they just keep getting the hits, they say this rule distracts the health department from its core mission of food safety and could undermine public trust. So this new rule is going to take effect next August. And King County is actually just going to be one of a few places in the entire country posting wage violation placards or, again, business-related violation placards next to those food safety grades.
Ursula, people around the world and in the Gee and Ursula Show listener group, they want to know what you think.
I think that's good. I think it's one way to, again, and it's not because you know that I'm a big supporter of small businesses. You know that. But I think that I'm also a supporter of employees being treated fairly. And if a business is not doing that on a regular basis, I don't want to support that business. So, and by the way, how much do you pay attention to those placards when it says, like, do you go into a restaurant if it just says okay and that you got that smiley face is not really smiling?
Let me tell you, I'm glad you asked me that. That place, that thing means nothing to me.
I'm curious because
it means,
I've gone to places without the faces like or needs improvement.
That means nothing. I don't care. Oh, it didn't pass. It wasn't as clean. Some of the best food I've ever had in my life have come from the nasty, dirty places. Now, I'll tell you what would do it for me. Like Chef said this morning, I'm going to steal his thunder. Just put a little scarlet letter next to all of the businesses that's not doing right by their employees. Now, Ursula, I promise you, I will not go into that business because that business has cheated their employees. Let's put those lists up. Don't nobody care if it's nasty on the floor. Man, if you don't give me my teriyaki, let's go. Let me get that.
Oh, my gosh. You know how recently we talked about Din Tai Fung and how they had labor violations that they had to pay big time?
Yeah.
I love that place. I love that place. And they paid and they promised that they were going to make good and do a lot better with the breaks and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Since that happened, and I've been to Din Tai Fung.
Yeah.
I mean, they are twice now. We've had our waiter have to say, I got to take my break right now, so you're going to have someone else come in, and they're going to take care of you, but I need to take my break. And they've got the managers. I mean, you'll see them standing there, like making sure that folks are going to get their mandated breaks.
Love that.
So, I mean,
has your service suffered from it?
No.
See, then that's
no,
great.
It's a great thing.
And like I wish this was happening at more than just restaurants. I've shared my experience of having a chef tell me to cut time off their time cards, just 10 minutes per night because they'll never notice it. I didn't do it, of course, but I mean, what about all the other businesses that are engaged in wage theft? Don't you want to know as a customer if the business that you patronize takes care of their employees and treats them with
ethical.
dignity?
Yes.
Well,
absolutely. Well, text us. Maybe not everybody agrees. 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO.
Okay. Ursula, just on your news stories alone.
Uh-huh.
Can y'all feel it? Can you guys feel the shift that's happening? Can you feel like where we're going to be? Like right now, 2025, you and I, Ursula, we started this show in 2020. in 2030, I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot of brick and mortars that's no longer standing.
And that breaks my heart.
I mean, you can look at the stories that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Things are going to be done differently. And the thing is that, you have people say, well, I'm always going to do it this way. It reminds me of my dad. My dad told me I'm never going to get the Facebook. That's what he said.
The Facebook.
The Facebook. I'm never getting that dang on the Facebook. Before he passed away, that dude couldn't stay off Facebook.
Oh, I know. I remember seeing his messages to you. I loved
Stay
it.
off Facebook. Well, what I'm saying is that I get it. I'm stubborn too. A lot of us are stubborn. But hey, if we don't adapt, there's some new stuff happening right now. I hope you better check in on your grand. The same kids when your computer don't work and you don't know, whoever you call, whenever your computer don't work, hey, a renter millennial, I need help. Ask them about life. Don't just ask them to help you with your computer. These folks right here can give you some game. Nick, I need more game in my life. Help me, man. Fill in the gaps where I don't know. I'm just an old man trying to get it.
Okay, still ahead.
Agree to disagree. Gee Ursula.
This hour is brought to you by DUI Heroes.
On this day after a Seahawks win,
the clouds have parted.
Let us give thanks to the Saints.
Holy catfish!
Saint JSN.
JSN makes a catch, makes a man miss.
Saint Torrey.
Oh. He may go 40, 30, 20. Man, I was out there running for a mile.
Make it 2 straight wins for the Seahawks.
It was a big win for us.
Now they go for 3 straight against the Cardinals on Thursday Night Football.
The 12s hear the Hawks right here on KIRO Newsradio on 97.3 FM.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is for you too. Stubborn fat is really hard to get rid of, and then there's all those gimmicky lasers, fat freezing methods, and prescriptions. Imagine a simple solution that takes just 1 day and provides immediate noticeable results. Introducing ProSculpt. ProSculpt uses air-assisted technology that's safe and gentle yet powerful, delivering instant fat-reducing and skin-tightening results. Performed by board-certified plastic surgeons while fully awake, ProSculpt contours your body with minimal downtime. It's designed to target those problem areas: waistline, neck, face, arms, thighs. ProSculpt gently removes unwanted fat and tightens loose skin with FDA-cleared plasma technology, all in a simple, guaranteed 1-day procedure. ProSculpt is one and done. Schedule your free consultation at prosculpt.com for $250 off. For powerful permanent fat removal and skin tightening that works for ladies and you men, it's prosculpt.com.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with a Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
I love my Subaru Outback, which I purchased at Carter Subaru, Seattle's only Subaru dealership. Hi, Ursula Reutin here. Carter Subaru has the largest selection of Subarus in the state. And for a limited time, you can get the 2025 Subaru Outback for 0% financing. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard or anytime at cartersubaru.com.
On approved credit, documentary service fee may be added to the sale or capitalized cost. Carter Subaru is buying down the rate for the 2025 Outback. Max amount finance is $20,000. See dealer for details. Valid through 9/30/25.
If you've been considering upgrading your siding, now is the perfect time. Hi, I'm Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. In the Pacific Northwest, moisture is the enemy. Old failing siding leads to hidden water damage, rot, and mold. State Roofing and Exteriors is a James Hardy preferred contractor with over 55 years of siding expertise. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com to schedule your siding inspection today. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
roofing, the best roof you'll ever need.
Hey, want to hear something great? Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of the #1 selling bacon cheeseburger in all fast food, the JBC, plus medium fries and a medium soft drink for just $8. Want to hear something else great? Double the burger means double the bacon. Now that's a game changer. 2 of the #1 bacon cheeseburgers with fries and a drink for just $8. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Individual items at regular price.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit muckleshootcasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot. Hey, it's John Curley with some great news. If your home's heating or cooling is uneven, noisy, or expensive, listen up. The Quilt Ductless Heat Pump System from Home Comfort Alliance is changing the game. It gives you room-by-room control and next-gen efficiency, so you're only heating where you need it. That means real comfort and real savings, and every quilt system qualifies for max tax credits. Trusted for 50 years. Call the comfort people today at HomeComfortAlliance.com.
Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens has given me back clear vision. They've performed over 80,000 successful lens replacement surgeries. At Sharp Vision, you'll get the best price combined with the best experience. Sharp-vision.com. That's sharp with an E, -vision.com.
Have you tried the dining district at the Bellevue Collection? Grab lunch with friends, meet up for happy hour, and stay for dinner and beyond. You can sample international flavors and local favorites from talented chefs. Try a new cocktail on a rooftop bar or watch the game with friends and explore the lively nightlife scene. The Dining District at the Bellevue Collection, where your taste adventure begins. Learn more at BellevueCollection.com/dining district.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. We now know the identities of 4 JPLM soldiers who died when their Black Hawk helicopter crashed near Olympia last week. 2 were from Western Washington. Jacqueline Hill is the spokesperson for Army Special Ops.
They were elite warriors who embodied the highest values of the Army and the Army Special Operations, and their sacrifice will never be forgotten.
25-year-old Sergeant Donovan Scott was from Tacoma, and 23-year-old Jadalyn Good was from Mount Vernon. Also in the crash, 35-year-old Warrant Officer Andrew Coley of Missouri and 39-year-old Warrant Officer Andrew Krause of Florida. The UN Security Council is holding a meeting today to discuss Russian fighter jets illegally entering Estonian airspace. Poland has already shot down Russian drones in its airspace 2 weeks ago. There's concern Russia's expanding its war in Ukraine. France is expected to join a growing list of countries recognizing a Palestinian state.
Recognizing a Palestinian state today is the only way to provide a political solution to a situation which has to stop.
President Macron there. The move is meant to pressure Israel into ending its war in Gaza. Israel says recognizing Palestine rewards Hamas terrorists. Today, President Trump is reportedly going to link Tylenol, acetaminophen, to an increased risk of autism. Doctors say the science does not back that up. CBS medical contributor Celine Gounder pointing to a recent comprehensive study.
They found no increase in risk in autism, ADHD, or other intellectual disabilities.
Earlier studies have found no link between autism and childhood vaccinations. Costco is recalling more than 3,000 pounds of Kirkland Signature ahi tuna poke. The FDA says the product contains green onions that tested positive for listeria. The contaminated poke was sold across 33 states, including Washington. A rare sighting of the endangered southern resident killer whale's J-pod near the Tacoma Narrows Bridge. Researchers say that may mean salmon the whales prey on are making a comeback. KIRO 7 TV's Deborah Horn reports.
Whale watchers were already celebrating the sighting of a new baby calf. Still, J36, known as Alki, just lost a baby herself, seen carrying it on her head for several days. Still, this has the whale-watching community cheering.
On Wall Street, the Dow was up 56 points, NASDAQ ahead 154. KIRO News Radio traffic, here's Nate Connors.
Thanks, Heather. Washington 811 has our quick update. We're looking really good out there. In fact, the drive through downtown Seattle looks great from the north end. Coming up from the south, North 5 gets a little crowded at the Michigan curve in the downtown. Heading across Mercer Island, eastbound 90 looks good through the work zone. North 405 slows through the Renton S-curves. Renton to Bellevue is up to 20 minutes. Eastbound 518 is packed from the airport over to I-5. And if you're going to the airport expressway right now is jam-packed about halfway up the expressway, adding a few minutes getting to your gate. And we've got road work on the Ballard Bridge blocking one southbound lane. And in eastern Washington, the Blewett Pass, State Route 97, is closed due to a wildfire. No estimated time to reopen. This actually shut down last night. If you're digging in your yard, the law requires you to call 811 to avoid dangerous and costly damages to utility lines. Call 811 or submit online at zigsafewatt.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Increasing sunshine today with highs in the low 70s. It's 62 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the Gee and Ursula Show. Happy Monday to all of you. 888-973-5476 is our text line. That's 888-973-KIRO. Let's do Agree to Disagree, brought to you by Guardian Roofing and Gutters.
One of these days, we just got to take off the gloves. Just really go at it.
You know, I thought about getting a tattoo a couple times, but I'm pain averse. But it turns out there is a new procedure that you can do that makes it utterly painless. Anesthesia. People are literally going under anesthesia to get their tattoos. Tens of thousands of dollars. You get fully knocked out. There are clinics in Miami, Dallas, LA that promise painless tattooing while you snooze under the delightful cloud of fentanyl and propofol. I know Dak Prescott has done this, the Dallas Cowboys quarterback. Post Malone, the musician known for his ink. Gee, do you think it really counts as a tattoo if you're just snoozing and you don't have to experience the bad part?
Yeah, before I answer this, Chef, I want you to be very honest with me right now. I wonder if Ursula knows I'm going to ask you. Did you at all see my Facebook post about tattoos yesterday?
No.
No.
You didn't either, Ursula?
No. And usually I see all your posts. No.
I was in CBAC yesterday.
Okay. Yesterday evening, I just asked for recommendations on tattoos.
Oh, so because you're thinking of getting a new one.
It's been since 2009 since I got me some. Yeah. So, okay. And by the way, real quick, if you ask, and you guys go to my Facebook page, the G Scott Facebook page, and you go there and you see I did ask for the recommendations, look at all the people, the scammers that's inside of there. People try to scam you.
Ooh.
Yeah, a lot of people pose as people that do tattoo. They're tattoo artists.
Just take a deposit.
Let me get your deposit. Right. Anyway, hey Ursula, if you can go to sleep and wake up with fresh ink, I'm all for it. What's your thoughts? Because I know you got a bunch of tattoos.
No, I don't.
You don't have no tattoos?
I don't even have a single one.
I thought you had a lot of tattoos on your back.
I love the no moles. I love.
What do you love?
Got those in my yard too.
Well, first of all, okay. If I were into tattoos, would I then be saying, let me pay a lot of money to have the anesthesia for the tattoos? I would say no. Tell me you have a lot of extra money without telling me you have a lot of extra money when it comes to that.
I mean, if they don't buy perfume and cologne, they're good.
Okay, I choose something different with my whatever I have. Right. So the other part is there's risk that goes along with anesthesia. I'm just not going to do it just for the heck of it. You know what I mean? I mean, they rattle off all the potential risks when you go under, right? And at this stage of my life, I'm not going to willingly go under. I'll just take the pain. We got a bunch of people saying, no, that's the whole point. You need to feel the pain and earn that tattoo.
I got it. Look, I'm a wimp, y'all. No. I don't think you understand. When I say wimp, I can't even take extremely hot showers. I got sensitive. No, for real. Them tattoos hurt. Every time I go in there, they hurt.
Kim
Ursula.
and Renton says, wimpy. Tattoos don't hurt that bad. Big wimps. And then Ben from Mercer Island says, lame. The sting is part of the experience.
I know some people get like addicted to that feeling too, right? Because it kind of keeps you on that edge. I think this is pathetic. It's pathetic. If you get anesthesia for your tattoos, you're not getting a tattoo. You're getting a cosmetic procedure. And that's what you're doing, right? What?
What's wrong with that?
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. But, like, dude, don't go around with, like, your burly arm tats being like, I'm bad A because I got all these sweet tats. No, you got blinkered out for that, sucker.
Do you think that's the reason people get tattoos? To show that
culturally, it's always been part of the experience.
I thought
absolutely not on that.
I thought it was messaging. Like I thought
it is messaging. Ain't nobody trying to talk about brag about that pain. Now, some people love pain. You feel me? And, whatever floats your boat. But me personally, Ursula, I don't like the pain. And speaking of pain, sweeping statement.
I've seen you get a shot. Remember, I watched you get a flu shot.
I remember that.
Can I do this? Can I do this sweeping statement right here? You ready?
Yes.
Women tolerate pain more than men.
Facts.
Oh, thank you.
Childbirth.
Finally.
For one reason.
Yeah, if my wife tells me, like, I'm feeling a little bit sick, I know she's probably about dying because her threshold for I'm feeling a little bit sick is like 103 degree fever.
Pamela.
On the other hand.
Pamela in Black Diamond just texted us and said, I received my first tattoo last month. I'm 67 and have low tolerance to pain. I have never considered anesthesia, but funny side note, every time it became uncomfortable, all I said was, wee.
I love it.
All right, from the New York Times this morning, this is in their ethicist column. Yeah. Someone writes in asking if they have to donate to their coworker's divorce fund. There's a manager going through a rough divorce. Coworker launches this department-wide GoFundMe for legal fees, etc. And I don't want to talk about that specific circumstance because I looked at that initially and thought, a divorce fund? What a stupid concept. But we give people money for marriages, right? Is a divorce fund really that bad of an idea, G?
Heck no, it ain't a bad idea. You know what I'm saying? Forget donating to them Girl Scout cookies and the chocolate and chocolate bars. I'm struggling over here. You go to that divorce. Hey, coworkers, look here. Sign-up sheet is right here. Give your boys some money. And they trying to make me pay the attorney fees too. Brother, down bad.
No, I think it's sad that we have come to expect and rely so much on GoFundMes. And even in our family, we had to do that when I've shared when my brother was dying because he just wasn't fully covered when he was going through his cancer treatments. Mm-hmm. And that said, I mean, if you love that coworker and you know that person's hurting and someone's got a divorce fund, yeah, no one's putting a gun to your head to donate to it, but if you can, that's great. It'll be appreciated.
This made me really think, actually, because when do people really need money more these days? Is it when they get married, or is it when they get divorced? Usually, people are doing all right when they get married. They don't need a crock pot and a blender and all that stuff for the most part. They're wants, not needs. And so, next time I know someone going through a divorce, I'm gonna be like, oh, maybe I should help them out a little.
Yeah,
shout out to the fellas that made it through the couches and mattresses on the floor. All right, Ursula, text messages, feedback, and then we'll have your worst or good to live by. I hope it's a good one, Ursula. We'll do it next.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan, presented by Carter Subaru.
Your brother's got an EV, your mom's got an EV, your cousin's got an EV. Don't you want one too? If you've ever thought about purchasing that electric vehicle, time's running out. Federal tax credits expire next week. I'll explain why and what you should do if you want one tomorrow on Seattle's Morning News.
Chris Sullivan's Choke Points on Seattle's Morning News. Get all of Sully's Choke Points at mynorthwest.com and the KIRO Newsradio app.
When you walked through your kitchen this morning, what'd you see? Did it make you happy? Hi, I'm Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Well, I want to make you happy. We'll custom build you all new cabinet doors and drawer fronts, and using our exclusive 1/4-inch solid wood refacing process, transform your existing cabinets into a beautiful new kitchen. Add a custom quartz countertop, change things up a bit, add some more cabinets, install some cool new features like soft close drawers and sliding shelves, whatever you like. We'll help you to create the new kitchen you'll be proud of. All in about a week, and all with way less mess, hassle, time, and expense than to tear out. Stop waiting. For 18 years, we've been honored to serve thousands of happy customers, and we'd love to serve you. Call today and I'll get one of our pros to come out and show you how easy and comfortable it'll be to get going on your new kitchen. Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
If you're thinking about renovating an attic, spending more time in your sunroom, or building onto your home, a Carrier ductless unit is the perfect solution for climate control. It's efficient, quiet, and incredibly flexible when it comes to installation because there's no ductwork required. It's just one more way we're making your home totally comfortable.
Your local Carrier heating and cooling dealer will improve your home's comfort, air quality, and efficiency. Visit CarrierNorthwest.com to find the expert near you. Carrier, turn to the experts.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up, like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-275-1728. That's 800-275-1728.
So what'll you have today? Vanilla, chocolate, strawberry?
When it comes to picking ice cream, there are lots of choices, and they all look and sound so good. Choosing a Medicare plan is a lot like that. So many options, all sound good. But if you pick a plan that's not right for you, there can be serious consequences. Hi, this is Herb Weisbaum, the Consumer Man. Open enrollment season is right around the corner, and you're going to be inundated with advertisements encouraging you to choose this Medicare Advantage plan or that one. Maybe the best choice for you is traditional Medicare. To make an informed decision, you need to do your homework. The Insurance Commissioner's Sheba program has a free Medicare Jumpstart Toolkit to get you started.
This is Insurance Commissioner Patty Kuderer. Our Medicare Jumpstart Toolkit has a checklist of 7 easy steps to help you decide which Medicare plan is right for you.
Order your free toolkit today at insurance.wa.gov. That's insurance.wa.gov. Or pick up a copy at your local library or senior center. Then go get an ice cream.
Hey everyone, Hartley Wilcox here. And I'm Charlie Wilcox from Wilcox Family Farms. Our family's been raising hens and gathering fresh eggs right here for over 100 years. That's right. Our hens roam free on green pastures, soaking up the sunshine and living their best chicken lives. We don't do shortcuts. No cages, no chemicals, just honest-to-goodness eggs laid fresh every day. And when you buy Wilcox eggs, you're not just getting breakfast. You're supporting local farmers like us, clean food, and a family that's been doing it right for generations. So next time you're at the grocery store, skip the out-of-state eggs and grab the ones with our name on them. Wilcox Family Farms. Fresh, local, trusted. Find fresh Wilcox eggs at Metropolitan Markets, PCC, or Safeway. And for a healthy snack on the go, grab some ready-to-eat hard-boiled eggs in a convenient to-go 2-pack. Wilcox Family Farms eggs, locally fresh since 1909.
The insurance world, it can be confusing, so have Firstmark Insurance guide you through it by taking the free Firstmark Challenge. They'll explore offerings from top carriers for better coverage and lower rates. They save the Heward family thousands. Go to firstmarkinsurance.com.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our clients' portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
It is the Gee and Ursula Show. You know what? We promised something earlier today, and I made a pivot. We were going to talk about Hamburger Helper, and I can't find who is it that keeps asking us about the Hamburger Helper.
Okay, so, I want to say it's Jeff and Bonnie Lake.
I don't think it's Jeff and Bonnie Lake. So, however, we will be talking about Hamburger Helper. But first, Ursula wants to pay it off because she wants to make sure that you guys hear these text messages. Ursula, what you got?
It was Jeff and Bonnie Lake.
It was?
Yes.
All right,
okay,
Jeff.
so... Okay, on the Mariners, we started off with positivity. Eileen in Spanaway said, thank you for being cheerful this morning. The State of the Union gets to be too much sometimes. On the president's $100,000 fee for H-1B visas, Mark in Seattle says, Trump isn't completely wrong with H-1Bs. There are a lot of jobs that should be going to Americans that instead are going to people from other companies for far less than the American pay rate. The tech companies claim there aren't enough people to do them, but there isn't a lot of evidence to support that. We have tens of thousands of American tech pros who have lost their jobs recently and can't find work because the HB1Bs are doing it for less. As usual, though, Trump is using a sledgehammer on a problem that requires a razor blade. But the issue of qualified Americans being out of work while H1Bs do it for less money is real. On Americans distrusting college more than ever, Connie in the 253 says, I'm a dog groomer and I make $80,000 a year, no college degree. And then Jeff and Bonnie Lake says about our guest at 10 o'clock, I love Dr. Johnson. Gee's segment to address Ursula was great. But where's my hamburger helper?
You know what? We got something just for you. The Trump administration just scrapped the USDA's annual hunger report. You know the one that tracks food insecurity in this country since the 1990s? Well, the Department of Agriculture says the surveys are redundant, costly, and politicized. So basically, y'all, they're getting away with that report. Kind of reminds you of COVID. If you don't test, you don't get the numbers. They don't go up. But in this case, Hamburger Helper has made a comeback, Ursula. You know times are tough when Hamburger Helper comes back. Do you like Hamburger Helper, Ursula?
I like Hamburger Helper, but I actually like Tuna Helper better. And I don't even like tuna fish that much.
What? That is a hot take.
We can go back to text messages. That's a hot take, Ursula. Sales of Hamburger Helper are up more than 14% this year, according to the New York Times. Why? Same reason it took off back in the 70s. Families trying to stretch a pound of ground beef with grocery bills through the roof. Beef alone is at a record high, over $6 a pound. And it's not just Hamburger Helper, folks. Folks are stocking up on rice, canned tuna, that's for you, Ursula, beans, and macaroni and cheese. Basically, the inflation diet has its own grocery aisle.
Oh.
That's it. We call it the struggle meals.
Yeah, the struggle meals. We talked about that kind of fairly recently.
We did.
Ramen was my favorite go-to, which you can doctor up and make a really good meal.
You know what, Ursula?
And it's still, you can still get it for under $1. I think.
I think you win with that one. I think that we can all agree, no matter what background, what state you from, or any, ramen is the #1 struggle bus meal. Period.
Yeah. I mean, and I still like it even today at times. And I even sometimes still use the little seasoning packet.
Oh, you should.
Half of it, though.
You should see my wife Lillian sometime. She's tired of eating when I'm eating this. She go sneak downstairs and get some ramen.
That's what I had for breakfast this morning. But I'm more of a rice pilaf guy as opposed to the Hamburger Helper. That rice pilaf's pretty good.
That rice pilaf good. Nick, what's your favorite struggle bus meal, bro?
I always loved a good peanut butter and marshmallow sandwich, you know? If you go on a couple pieces of toast.
Bruh, what?
That marshmallow fluff.
Bruh, time out. Hold on. Fam, who in the hell does that? Peanut butter and marshmallow?
You've never had one of those before?
Not only have I never had one, I've never heard anybody else have it.
There's actually a street name for it. It's a fluffernutter.
Pause.
Pro tip, by the way, you can broil marshmallows in the oven like s'mores. Just saying.
All right, Ursula. It seems like you got it ready.
I do.
It feels like you had this ready for a while. It's time for Ursula's words to live by.
Actually, something shared by my friend McKenna, who is a
McKenna.
longtime listener who became a good friend. And I'm actually going to meet her tonight.
Okay.
And so she shared this, and I love this. You change the world ever so slightly every time you choose kindness, every time you choose peace, every time you choose love, every single time you choose an emotion that's more elegant than hate, you change the world ever so slightly.
Huh.
And that's my message for everybody, including myself.
Yep. Before I get to Nick, Ursula, I just want to say, ramen is, I would think, universally, that's the number one struggle bus. But 425, me and you are alone. Beans and rice.
Okay, I'll take the rice. I hate beans.
Yeah, beans?
That's another hot take, I know. I reject anything with beans in it.
Me and my cousins used to sit around.
Beans,
beans.
musical fruit.
I never heard it called musical fruit.
In all my career.
Are you serious?
No, I'm joking.
I never heard it called musical fruit.
Beans being the musical fruit?
Yeah, I never heard that.
The more you toot.
We've never heard that one, huh?
Ursula, your career? All right, what do you got there, Nick?
Well, there ain't much more that you can add to start the autumn ride after having perfect days for M's and Seahawks winning in stride, and there isn't too much time before the plane once more is in flight with T-Mobile home cooking again in a Phoenix Thursday night. But don't get too ahead of yourself if one to get tattoos with a championship image before the winning is in the news. Anesthesia isn't going to help those feelings of regret if you do that. So maybe wait until they win before you do that.
Nick, always good with your stuff. Hey, Nick, just so you know, Monica just texted in. And she says, Gee, are you kidding me? Marshmallow and peanut butter is amazing.
My childhood.
I want one now. Thanks for reminding me about this.
That's a great
It's my childhood,
combo.
man.
Is that right? On white bread?
Oh, yeah. Any bread. Toasted. So it melts.
Ursula, have you ever had peanut butter and marshmallow?
Yes.
Man. Chef, you had it too?
No.
You know what else is really yummy?
What's that?
This is so bad. Peanut butter, Nutella, and marshmallow.
Yes. Bonus, too, you slice some bananas in there as well.
Ooh.
I'm going to have to go look this up. Delegation 2.
You must be this high to ride the roller coaster.
Thanks, Ursula.
Thank
Good
you.
show. We'll see you tomorrow, my
Yes.
friend. Hey, Chef. Thank you, brother. Nick, appreciate you.
You too, man.
You got some folks thinking about, I'm about to put this on my social media.
Stir the
Have you
pot a little
ever
bit.
had marshmallow and peanut butter? The Jake and Spike Show comes in next. Appreciate you for listening. Love you for that. And as always, be kind.
Hope you had as much fun as we have. So long, everybody.
From the roof to the deck, the siding to the gutters, and energy-efficient windows, State Roofing and Exteriors is your one-stop shop for home protection. With over 55 years serving Western Washington, we don't just work here, we live here. We know what your home is up against when the cold sets in and the rain starts falling. Right now, we're making it easier than ever to get started with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 24 months. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com to schedule your free, no-pressure estimate.
State Roofing, the best roof you'll ever need.
Hey, want to hear something great? Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of the #1 selling bacon cheeseburger in all fast food, the JBC, plus medium fries and a medium soft drink for just $8. Want to hear something else great? Double the burger means double the bacon. Now that's a game changer. 2 of the #1 bacon cheeseburgers with fries and a drink for just $8? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Individual items at regular price.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
It started as a puddle.
Where?
In the shower.
Uh-oh.
Then the kitchen sink.
Started backing up?
Yeah.
I know where this is going.
Clogged up.
Right. No problem.
Beg your pardon?
There's no clog we can't clear.
You're Dan.
From Apollo Plumbing.
This is going to get pricey.
How about $83?
To clear my drain?
Apollo Plumbing clears main drains every day.
For $83?
83 or it's free.
What's the catch?
No catch. We'll even do a camera inspection.
Why's that?
It's the best way to find the cause of your clog.
And it's included?
No extra charge. Truth is, we hate clogs.
I don't love them.
Seen them all.
Ew.
I promise, there's no clog Apollo can't clear.
Guaranteed.
83 or free.
Goodbye, slow drains.
All it takes is an accessible clean out.
And Apollo gets my drains draining again.
You call, we come, it's fixed.
My heroes.
Just doing our job.
Thank you, Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Amazon Business. Smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast so they can focus on strategy and growth. Free up your teams and focus on your future. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Thank you for making Total Wine & More America's #1 online source for spirits, beer, and wine. Better than all those delivery apps. Total Wine's prices are up to 30% lower with super fast delivery and no hidden fees. Order direct at TotalWine.com and pay less today.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Vanity Fair calls BritBox a delicious streamer. Collider says everyone should be watching. Catch Britain's next best series with BritBox. Stream acclaimed new originals like Code of Silence.
You read lips, right?
And Linley, based on the best-selling mystery series.
Say hi, Linley. Take it from here.
And don't miss the new season of Karen Piri coming this October.
You don't look like police. I'll take that as a compliment.
See it differently when you stream the best of British TV with BritBox. Watch with a free trial today.
KIRO FM and HD1.